Hello, hello, everybody. It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday. We are here to listen in on Lane Myers's latest hearing. If you guys don't know who Lane Myers is, he's a unhinged First Amendment auditor type who has had a vendetta against a university faculty member. I don't think she's a professor. And he makes it obvious that he's very unhinged, as many auditors are. As we recall, he was in our last video with him, we were listening to his first appearance. I think it was a first appearance on a new set of charges against him. These new set of charges were brought because while he was out on bail, he continued to use his YouTube channel to allegedly sick his followers on this university faculty member. And then, yes, her only crime is being married to a prosecutor who prosecuted a case against Lane, and then Lane alleges that this professor got his wife fired, which to this day, I don't even know if he has a wife. I actually don't know. We haven't seen her yet. I'd like to believe we haven't seen her at all. I mean, if she's actually his wife, why does it not seem like she's giving him any assistance in his case? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I've never seen her before. Maybe she's there in the bowels of his YouTube channel, but I'm not interested in doing that. So this one is this motion to modify the conditions of bail on his first set of charges, I think. Right? I think. And then be prepared. He's going to be an asshole. That's all I'm going to tell you. And you guys can see little Serrano's right here. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. She's being cute. And we're going to start this. All right. Well, I mean, there's not. I mean, I should probably put up some game or something because, and have it on mute because there's nothing. This is all you guys are going to see. Unfortunately, it's basically audio only. I wish there was a video, but it's audio only. So I apologize. I mean, I might as well just boot up Call of Duty and, put that on mute. Right. Let's start.
Rights of justice and
there we go.
Respect and dignity to a speedy trial and other things. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights to justice and due process under Arizona law that, among other things, includes a right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial and a prompt and final conclusion of the case, to be present at court proceedings to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or his attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, and to receive restitution.
The double audio is not me. It's this asshat channel.
Rights to justice and due process in Arizona law. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of right to rights, fairness, contact the dignity to a speedy, whether or not to be negotiation of Arizona, to a speedy trial and be interviewed by the defense, and not already interviewed by the defense, speedy trial.
Personal information.
Hey, stop talking. Dignity
Rachel Stiles
to
for
a
the
speedy
state,
trial
the
and
victim is
final
present.
conclusion.
Finally.
Do you know that information on the government website is
Let him talk.
not personal information?
Hey, stop talking. I need to open up my computer first, okay? I need to have everything
today, because you know, we have all afternoon. Everything will be done today. We just wait for our turn.
This is his attorney
I need to remind them
who
they
just
don't know.
spoke.
Somehow they don't know that information on a government website is personal information.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Your trial. Just
State employees don't even know they're state employees.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the phrase I use the most while listening to this is "shut the up."
Mr. Myers, I just gotta.
I'd like you to put on the record how
He
you think you're above the
yaps.
Supreme Court and you can overrule 122H. I want that on the record today because I got this order from you today in jail that says you overruled 122H. You don't have that authority.
No
I'd like
authority.
you to speak into the record what gives you the authority over the Supreme Court.
Can you let him? He's gonna give you time to make all your arguments. Can you let him open his computer and at least look over what's going on today?
Not really. I'm sitting in jail with no bond for some bullshit. And he denied the slap, and it's
Oh, you gotta stop talking.
That's his
You
talking.
can't be in here if you're gonna talk like that, okay?
That's the
I
judge.
haven't asked to hear you speak yet. I'm opening my computer so that it's working, all right? Understood?
Yeah, I trimmed my
I'm not
beard.
gonna let you up here and talk if you can't pay attention and follow the rules.
the rules apply to you too.
What?
Please let him.
You gotta stop, or I'm not gonna let you be in the courtroom.
He's gonna give you a chance to speak. You'll see. He's probably gonna give you lots of
Just
time.
hold on. All right. So the court has previously ruled that no private recording devices are allowed in today's hearing, per my previous order. Like almost all hearings that I conduct, this hearing is being live streamed over the court's YouTube channel. It's accessible through our Pima County Superior Court website. It is a very good working, clear way to project the proceedings. It's hooked up to our microphones and everyone can hear it well. In addition, the courtroom itself is open to the public under Article 2, Section 11 of the Arizona Constitution, meaning anyone who abides by the rules and is polite can sit at the courtroom and watch the proceedings. All right, so we are here first on the state's motion to modify conditions of release, and that was filed on March 18th. It's called amended motion to modify defendant's conditions of release, and then we have Mr. Myers' response filed that same day, entitled a response to motion to modify conditions. In addition, I am advised that in case IC 003692 that a bond eligibility hearing was held earlier in the week in that case, and that the court in that case
Hey, Ferry, I see you,
found
man.
that
How you
the
doing?
defendant's release conditions were revoked, and the defendant is held without bond in that case. And we find Mr. Myers in custody today.
Shut up,
So,
Gia.
just to start out,
Hey, Wazoo.
Mr. Myers, you're still on release conditions in this case, so you're not getting any credit for time in jail on this case. If the court imposes a bond in this case and you're held on that bond, then you'd be getting credit for time in jail. If you are convicted and are sentenced to prison,
I won't be.
hold on, and sentenced to prison, then you get credit for time served. So just
how it works.
hold on, just listen. So, Mr. Myers, if you're, as
I'm sorry, mentally prepare yourself for Lane Myers interrupting and constantly not understanding how to shut the fuck up. So prepare yourself.
As you will recall, what we discussed at the last hearing, the state has alleged priors, which if they're able to prove those priors and you're convicted of a felony in this case, then you'd be prison only. I wouldn't have any discretion whether to send you to prison or to.
Be going to prison.
Hold on. And if you're sentenced to prison and you don't have a bond in this case, you wouldn't get any credit, even though you're in custody on another case. So that's a very important thing for you to understand. Mr. Alves, would you agree that that's the state of the law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nice.
Okay. So, Mr. Myers, the first question I want to ask you is whether you want me to impose a bond so that you get credit in this CR number for the time that you spend in the Pima County Jail.
You told me that last week, at the hearing, you told me that we were going to come here today and we were going to discuss, her motion, my motion.
Okay.
Like I said would happen.
So I asked you a question, and
You want me to agree to a bond?
I didn't say to agree. I want to know whether you want a bond so that you get credit. You don't have to, but you have that option to do so.
Wouldn't that be admitting to the violations?
No.
No, it's just bond. That would not go before the jury.
So you could put like $100 just for like technical reasons or something?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask for if I were still your attorney.
Just
Yes,
for
yes.
paperwork reasons.
Correct.
Well, I think they're going to drop the charges in the next few days. If they were
Okay.
smart.
Okay, that wasn't my question. Again, I'm trying to ask you a question and trying to get you to interact with you. You're having a hard time listening to
I'm
me.
having a hard time because you told her, you gave her a court order and she didn't
Okay.
obey
Okay,
it.
we're still,
Separate issue. It's just a question to help you out for this one technical issue.
Do it.
okay, so you want the court to impose a bond and.
I'm not admitting guilt.
No,
No,
you're not.
no, it's not admission of guilt. What date was he taken into custody?
It was
Last
the
hearing.
20th at the last hearing when we did the Feretta motion, or when you granted his right to represent.
No,
himself.
no. It was the next day. It was not that day. You gave me the right to represent myself on a Wednesday, and then we came back on a Thursday, and that's when they put these bogus charges on me.
It's March 20th.
March 20th.
March.
March 21st.
No, 20th.
March 20th is the
20th is
Thursday.
better for you. It's an extra day.
What I'm saying is are we actually like talking about Wednesday or Thursday? 'Cause remember, the first day I came, we had the little hearing and I went home. The next day I came, I didn't go home.
Okay.
Where I should
Last
be.
Thursday was the 20th.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ms. Stiles, what is the amount, the defendant's asked for a nominal bond. What would your position be on that?
Your Honor, I would ask for no less than a $5,000 bond, just given the nature of the charges.
So
He is being
immature.
held
He's such
without
a
bond
child.
in the other matter, though, so regardless of how much, he's not going to be able to post bond and get out of custody.
Until
right.
you drop the charges.
Hold on. Mr. Myers, I'm inclined to post a $500 bond. Is that something you could manage?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because they're playing games.
Okay. So as to that release condition, I'm going to order the defendant held on $500 bond in this CR matter effective back to March 20th. So now you're getting credit back from the date of your arrest. The next question would be
All those days will count towards my unlawful imprisonment?
correct.
Thank you.
All right. Next, I do want to talk about other release conditions, but before we get there, there are a couple things I want to discuss. So at the last hearing, I just allowed you, we had an interaction back and forth, and you had asked to represent yourself, and after finding that you knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your right to counsel, I allowed you to represent yourself. And today you're representing yourself, but you're having a hard time behaving yourself. And one requirement
He
of
does have a hard
representing
time
yourself
behaving
is you
himself.
have to maintain the proper decorum in court. And if you can't do that, then I can't allow you to represent yourself. So self-representation
True.
requires you to appear and act properly in the courtroom. Do you understand that? Okay.
I'm a little frustrated. I apologize. I know
All
it's
right.
not you. It's just, this is all a big joke.
So, Mr. Myers, I'll continue to ask you that if you want to continue to represent yourself. You do have the right
I know.
to request representation, and then Mr. Parvin could step in and be your attorney. As we get closer to trial, it would be harder for him to do so if he thinks that you're preparing, and then you try to ask him to step in at the last
That's kind of the
moment.
thing. It's like we got to kind of like figure out how well I can prepare. If the state's not even going to provide me the things you ordered them to provide me, it's hard to prepare for
All right.
anything.
We'll talk about that, and I promise we'll get to disclosure.
So I could just at any time request. My thing is I'm about to appeal your. I don't even know what you were thinking in that special act slap.
Oh,
I'm
no.
About to file ASU's about to take the case and file a special action.
ASU.
Okay,
to get that
so
slap.
the way
So
that
I don't know if they can do that if I'm not representing myself yet.
well, that would be before the Court of Appeal.
So apparently he claims that I guess Arizona State's law school is helping him. Is going to help him in his case or something. I have no idea if that's true, but yeah, that's his claim. That's what he's referring to when he says ASU.
Appeals. My ruling applies to the case
So I'm
before
saying,
me.
So I don't know if they can. I don't know if that's contingent on me being pro se in this case. That I'm willing to do it. I don't know if that's something that they can do. Like I said, it's all just been talked about this morning. I talked to ASU this morning. I'll know more later after this hearing. They're going to take the case and fight it because they know what's going on. So they're going to do the special action of the slap. I don't know if I have to remain pro se in the superior court for them to do that, because then it's like they're helping me as a pro se or whatever. So that's one thing that I don't even know how to get a hold of you if I wanted to get. So let's say Monday or Tuesday I get more information on that, and then they say, yeah, you can go back to Parvin and we can still help you. How would I even, so what, write you a note? I mean, because that's kind of like the thing here is I'm trying to get a feel for, because obviously, sir, when I applied, put in a notice and we had the hearing about representing myself, that was under the expectation is I'd be at home with Westlaw, my wife's through the lawyer, and Parvin helping me. Obviously, the state also knows that if I'm at home with my wife who's a lawyer and Parvin helping me, they're going to lose the case. So they wanted to play dirty games and get me in jail, and now they won't disclose. So it's like, well, if I have to rely on you, sir, you're the top dog here. You're the man with the power, and it's kind of contingent on how adamant you are with, because you told me at the first hearing it's too early for a motion to compel, right? Well, I've been dealing with these people for 9 months while they've been retaliating against me.
Hold on. I'll get to your motion to compel and disclosure, but I want to keep.
Well, it's kind of like I have to make my decision on if I can represent myself based on the quality of legal. Based on my ability to prepare. And when they're telling me at the jail is, well, which it might change now that you put the $500 bond, but I've been in jail for a week, and they told me I'm not even allowed to use the law library because I'm not in jail on those charges. I'm on jail on different charges where Parvin's my lawyer, right? So now I don't know if now that you put a bond, because they said I can only do it with a court order. I was under the impression you gave me a court order last week that said I could represent myself.
Right.
And now they're saying, well, you can't represent yourself without a court order. I was like, well, I got one last week.
All right.
So I haven't been able to do anything.
All right, couple things. Let's just talk about your representation. So
it's contingent on the equality of the.
Shut the fuck up!
If I can represent myself with confidence and have the documents, just like if I was at home, that's one thing. But if the state's going to jerk me around and not put, then I can't actually prepare, and I'm relying on you to enforce that.
So let's just talk through this. So, as to representation in this case before me, you represent yourself.
Aren't they going to come together though at some point?
Probably.
Okay.
Well,
then I have to reapply
the
to
charges
apply for
are
those specific charges.
harassment.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So that is not. It's in the work. That system's in the works, but it's not to the point where it's assigned to me yet.
Will it all become the same case number?
No, separate case numbers, and either side can ask to consolidate them. So, but let's talk about this. In this CR number, you represent yourself.
The one that I'm already approved.
Yes, correct.
Right.
The one we're here on today.
The 14 charges from.
Right. So in that case, you represent yourself. You can have an arrangement with the ASU Law School. Whether they want to represent you or not is between you and them.
Not for criminal.
Not in this case.
Right.
But they could, if they file a special action in the Court of Appeals, that's before the Court of Appeals. I'm not involved in that. The only thing is, at the same time, you want a speedy trial. Now, if the Court of Appeals were to issue a stay because they want to decide that issue,
they're gonna.
Then the case couldn't go to trial. Does that make sense? Okay.
Because it should have been thrown out by you.
Okay. So just be advised that I'm proceeding in my case.
Shut up.
If the Court of Appeals issues a stay.
Yeah, they know that personal information can't be on a government website.
Okay, hold on. If they issue a stay, it could affect the schedule in this
I don't
case.
care. This
Okay.
shit
All
should
right,
have been dismissed.
that's fine. All right. So, but you understand that your arrangement with the ASU
I know.
Law School, I'm not involved in that. Okay.
That's, like I said, I'm not saying that they came here told me to talk to you about that. I'm saying that with the little bit of information I came with today, I haven't even had a chance to ask them because I didn't, we don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know if you're going to, I'm waiting to see, because I mean, you already, I don't even know what you're thinking, but now I'm going to see if you're going to actually uphold your own court orders before I decide to bring Parvin back or not. Because if you're going to actually enforce the Rule 15s on these people, then maybe I can represent myself. But if you're just going to let them get away with everything they've been getting away with up to this point, then it's already a mistrial anyways.
Okay.
We're about still have at least another 15 minutes before the judge really starts to get annoyed.
So let's talk about disclosure then. Ms. Alves, what's the state of disclosure in this case?
Your Honor, the disclosure all went out to Mr. Parvin prior to him representing himself. So then Mr. Parvin should be providing that to him.
That's not correct.
I do believe that he's had some of the disclosure because he's been reading it online, because he's been streaming.
She has the floor. Just let her talk.
So I know he's not without anything because he's been actively reading it
I have
to
the grand
people.
jury transcript. That's not disclosure.
Hold on, Mr. Myers, don't interrupt. I'm talking to her. I'll let you respond. Again, if you can't control yourself,
I'm sorry. I'm
just
objecting.
all right, just
So
let
you're
her.
saying let her talk and then
Then I'll go back to you.
Okay.
Correct.
I don't
Right.
need to
Do you
object.
remember how that hearing went and I waited to the next day to make argument and it was,
Yeah. Okay.
an exception?
Yeah,
So-
that's his
So
attorney.
the disclosure was given to Mr. Parvin while he was still the attorney prior to it switching to Mr. Myers representing himself. We now have additional disclosure that's coming in because of the new charges, but he does not represent himself on that case. That goes to Mr. Parvin. So that disclosure is still going to Mr. Parvin. So in my office, we got to figure out what to do about that because he's representing himself in one case but has the attorney in the other, because I also don't want to be communicating with a represented party on a case where he has the lawyer. So I need some clarification on if I need to be sending the disclosure additionally to Mr. Myers. My understanding before is that Parvin was also helping with that, but I do understand that Mr. Myers has a right to have it sent to him directly when he's representing himself. So we just need some of that. As far as there's a lot of media in this case, and so I have to figure that out with the jail and how to get that so Mr. Myers is able to then review his media. That also goes with their protocols for safety and things like that at the jail and their security issues.
And the media, are they put on DVDs or what's the medium you use?
It just depends. A lot of times we put it on disk. We might be able to put it on a flash drive. So we'll just coordinate. I don't know how the jail will want us to give that to them so that they can then make it available to Mr. Myers to review. And so that's something I have to work out with the jail. But once again, the issue is he's representing himself in one case but not the other, and so that's creating some confusion. But all the disclosure I say that we have sent to Mr. Parvin already.
And the disclosure would include police reports, which I assume have been disclosed.
Yes.
And then there are voicemail recordings and then postings on YouTube, and that's the media you're talking about?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Myers, how would you want, so what Ms. Stiles is concerned about is, as to the disclosure, as to the new case, you're represented, so she can't communicate with you directly. So it would be unethical to do so. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I want to say that this woman is a professional liar, first of all.
Hold on, Mr. Myers. We don't call people liars in court. Just
What's
make your
the
argument.
best way to say that if I believe? Okay, I know lying is a taboo word in court. Okay.
It is.
What is the best?
Yeah.
Untruth, misleading.
Well, so the question is.
Because my thing is, last week we had a hearing, right? And I told you this was going to happen straight to your face last week, right? And she's trying to convolute the issue and gaslight the American people, right?
Okay, hold on, Mr. Myers. They've disclosed police.
Hey,
Hold on.
What disclosure were we even talking about? Because I want to make sure we're clarifying exactly. because disclosure is a big word, right?
Okay,
There's 20 charges with probably 500 more coming, and so the issue when I say in this hearing today, in the contents of this hearing, when I use the word disclosure, I'm talking about something very specific, and that very specific thing I'm talking about is last week. Okay, she is right. Maybe they sent disclosure before. But what I'm talking about is they filed a motion to modify the conditions release. They then filed an amended motion to modify the conditions release. Neither one of those motions included any exhibits of anything they were talking about. So therefore, last Thursday, we came in here and I said, I don't even know what they're accusing me of. And she said, oh, you should know. You make the videos. That I still have the right to be noticed. Now listen, I told you this before I got arrested that day, that in order to have this hearing today, I needed the disclosure specific to this hearing. I'm not talking about disclosure in general. I'm talking about in order to make arguments in this hearing today, I told you last Thursday to order, and that was what the motion to compel was for. It wasn't for the whole case generally. It was, we are having a hearing next Thursday to modify my conditions of release. Anything Rachel Stiles is going to bring up there, I need a copy of, even if I'm in the jail. You looked her straight in the face, and she goes, oh, yeah, we'll make sure he gets it at the jail. They haven't given me anything, not one piece of paper.
All right, hold on. So, Ms. Stiles, is the disclosure that was going to be addressed today the same disclosure that affects the new case? Is that what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor, and it was disclosed to Mr. Parvin, and it was then presented at the no bond hearing.
It was or was not?
Okay, so if anybody's confused, at the last hearing, Lane was able to get the permission to was permitted to go pro se for those charges. At this point, he has not been given the ability to go pro se in these new charges. That's why his Paven is his attorney is technically still his attorney and not his like advisory attorney, which is what he is in the previous hearing. So just to make sure you guys are up to spec.
It was.
Okay.
So we had the exhibits at the no bond hearing. We had the videos, the clips, videos played. So he's seen all of it because it was all at the hearing. And Mr. Parvin had that. And prior to that hearing, I also notified Mr. Parvin of what the times were for the clips so that he didn't have to sit there and watch the whole video and know what I was going to have the clips of. So I provided all that information to Mr. Parvin. The difference is when we were dealing with the hearing on the 20th, is at that time, the new case had not yet started because the complaint hadn't been filed. So at that time, Mr. Myers was solely representing himself at the end of that hearing. But then, because then the complaint was filed, he was taken into custody, the new case began, and he was appointed Mr. Parvin. Then again, I had to communicate to Mr. Parvin, and because that disclosure is for that new case, I had to provide it to Mr. Parvin, who is his attorney.
Right.
And so that's the difference of what changed from the 20th.
Okay, so Mr. Myers, what Ms. Stiles is saying is that because you're represented in the new case, the rules of ethics require her to make disclosure to Mr. Parvin. I don't know why that's funny.
Ethics.
That's the rule.
Oh my God!
Hold on, that's just the rule.
3.8.
Kill me!
Special responsibilities of a prosecutor. Rule
Hold on.
3.81 is don't prosecute without probable cause.
Okay, all right, Mr. Parvin.
Ethics 3.6.
Mr.
So
Myers.
mad. He's so mad.
Again, we got to stay focused here. We're talking about the person to whom she has to make the disclosure.
And so why did you
Go ahead.
I feel like these people are just talking in circles. All right, Your Honor, look. At the last hearing, sir.
But she hold on.
I get the nuances. Just let me. I see.
It's those smart ass comments that he cannot not say.
There's multiple nuances here. All right, so I'm trying to articulate myself in the best way to understand the specific nuance that I'm talking about. I understand all those little. This is what I'm talking about, sir. What day was it? Because I don't have it in front of me. What day did they? It was like the Monday, the 17th or something. What day did they file the motion to modify conditions of release?
The 18th.
The 18th. Okay. They didn't include any exhibits with it. So whatever exhibits they had that day should have been included with the motion, so even you could see them. And at the hearing, you had to order them to send them to you. You said, at the hearing, you said, I need anything we're going to talk about today, I need you to send me copies of, right? No, that should have been included in the motion. And it wasn't. So if it would have been included in the motion like it was supposed to, we wouldn't be talking in circles a week later.
Okay.
Because if they would have included, hey, we're filing this motion to modify conditions release contingent upon this video, this timestamp, this, that, this, you wouldn't have had to ask her to provide it to you because you would have already had it. I wouldn't be talking in circles because I would have already had it before I went to jail. And we wouldn't be sitting here a week later with her having provided nothing, making excuses about Parvin this, Parvin that. Listen, you told her in open court, it doesn't matter if he's in jail, make sure he has it. Now all she has is excuses.
Okay. But again, there was an intervening event, which is that you were
She
charged.
knew that was there because she knew when I was going to walk out of court that day that I was going to get
He's
arrested.
so mad.
No, there was no case pending. Once the
You
case,
knew I was getting arrested that day.
Hold on.
We talked about it. We said I was going to get arrested, and I even addressed it. And I said, if I go into custody, I apologize. When at the last meeting, or then at the last hearing, you knew I was getting arrested when I walked out in the hallway. That's why I was adamant and specifically saying, I'm coming back here in 1 week, and when I go to jail right now in 10 minutes, I have nothing to prepare for. You ordered her to turn whatever we're going to bring up today, order to me, right? And you also said, make sure Mr. Myers has it. And then you told me if she doesn't provide it, we can continue, and all that kind of stuff. Well, she hasn't provided it, and there's no nuance between the new case and the old case. Where's the disclosure that was attached to the motions to modify and the motion to amend, amended, the first one and then the amended? Those should have included exactly, and she didn't. That wasn't even a legally cognizant motion because it didn't even include the exhibit that she was arguing. And then, so that means that 18th, 19th, 20th, she's saying, "Oh, I gave it to Parvin because you weren't yet represented." I'm not letting this stuff fall into the black hole. She knew we had this hearing today, and she knew that you ordered her to make sure I came prepared today, and it's her responsibility as the prosecutor to ensure that I am served just like I'm required to serve her. So we can go into this little nuance about this. I don't want to hear that she didn't know she literally knew the charges were going to come when I walked out in the hall. So she should have been prepared knowing, hey, this guy's about to get arrested and he's going to still have this bond hearing next week. And my ethical duties as a prosecutor are to make sure he has this information so he comes prepared. I don't want to hear I gave it to Parvin and Parvin has kids and the jail wouldn't let him. I don't care. You gave her a court order. She didn't follow it.
Okay. So, Mr. Myers, first of all, I don't know when you're going to be arrested. I had no involvement. I know
I'm not saying you were involved, but we did talk about it.
We talked about it.
Cops were standing in the back of the room.
It was a possibility that
They were waiting for me at the back of the courtroom.
You got to let me talk.
I didn't even get to walk out of the court that day. Without going into jail.
Let me talk. At the time that we had the hearing, there was not another case pending. Once those charges were filed and you had a lawyer.
That's what the judge should have said, to clarify. At the time of the hearing, there was no existing case. It may have been there to arrest him, but in the eyes of the court, there was no case there. There was no case that no separate new case that existed.
Lawyer for that, she has to go through the lawyer.
On
that's
the new
the
stuff.
Rule. Right, and that's
still the modified conditions of release hearing.
Okay, but you now have the stuff.
No, I don't.
All right, Mr. Parvin, what would the arrangements be for
nothing.
Hold on, for Mr. Myers to get this information?
May I speak on this issue?
Sure.
So obviously for the arrest, I was forwarding, disclosure was going to me before I was removed, and I would forward all emails. It's actually real simple, and Mr. Myers very clearly downloaded because, as the state unfortunately mentioned, it's been, well.
It's not unfortunate.
Well,
it's the rule 3.6.
Let him talk.
I'm explaining that's, I guess, further proof Mr. Myers did get the disclosure. So everything from media included, it was easily downloadable. At that point, it's a lot easier when Mr. Myers is out of custody because I can forward the same media. He downloads it just like I do. Now, after Mr. Myers was brought into custody, I was appointed on this and it wasn't easy to get prepared that quickly for a hearing, but
right.
Pulled it off. I have to review a lot of disclosure. Most of it's in media format that I can't get to Mr. Myers at the jail. The jail's in lockdown half the time, which is a problem of its own. They did make an exception yesterday for me, thankfully, so I can talk to Mr. Myers even though he was in lockdown. But in general, it's very difficult. I've given Mr. Myers what I could in paper format. I brought a couple pages today that were emailed to me. There's not a lot of paper police reports. It is mostly media. I understand that the
Yeah, his
state
YouTube
is
channel.
making arrangements for the law library so that can all be passed on to Mr. Myers. Because obviously, I can no longer forward it to him in electronic form.
Okay.
Mr. Paul.
So, Mr. Myers, it sounds to me that the real problem is that this is in electronic media, and
That's
with
their
you,
problem.
hold on, with you being in the jail, it's hard to get it to
Then
you.
maybe they should let me out of jail.
Well,
Well, that's your
a different
problem.
issue.
Oh, well,
But Mr. Myers-
That sounds like a personal
Hold on.
problem, asshole.
Mr. Myers, again, you got to be respectful. You're not being respectful in court. Okay.
It goes both ways, though. I mean,
Hold
with
on.
you. No, I know.
We're talking. This is a technical problem of electronic media.
It's my life.
Mr. Myers,
My
hold
life!
on. It's a technical problem of trying. Hold on. Just stop talking over me. The state is going to get you, and Mr. Parvin's going to work on getting you the media in jail. They just have to figure out how to do it.
And then the jail's going to say, you can't do that. or
But we'll
something.
have other hearings if that comes up. So
I mean,
that
it'll
so,
be a mistrial either way.
so that's where we are on that.
Mistrial.
All right. So it's not that people are trying to do something to harm you. It's that
You're-
it's physically difficult to get electronic media to a person in jail.
Then
That-
don't hold somebody in bond who should be out on bond. You won't have these problems.
All right. Well, we could address that down the road, but you're being held in the other case after our evidentiary hearing.
It's some ridiculous bullshit.
Mr. Meyer, you're showing that you're unable to
Language.
represent
I'm not
yourself.
able to represent are you saying because of the using the word bullshit?
Yeah, because you're just being
Yes.
Are
disrespectful.
you
and-
saying that's not allowed in here?
No, you
Okay,
can't
well,
talk
then
like
my bad,
that.
my
Just
bad.
talk normally in
All right,
normal
well,
English.
To be honest, my normal is probably not courtroom.
Yeah, courtroom.
Well, if you can't handle basic courtroom decorum, then maybe don't be your own attorney. Again, these guys, they think they're above it all.
Normal is we don't call people names and we don't use poor language like that. We just talk in a normal voice
You know,
with
to
each
me,
other.
I use the F word and
Yeah, we don't
ordering-
use that-
ordering
We
something
know.
at the grocery store.
Yeah,
so.
we don't use that in
You're
court.
I get it. I'm trying to work with
Okay.
you, and because some judges, BS might not, some might,
So I want to talk about a couple of other things we have in this case. I know you want to file a petition for special action relief in the Court of Appeals, and if they stay this, then they stay this. But you've also told me you want a speedy trial, and so
Well, I expected you to grant at least make them respond because I don't even know what you were thinking. I haven't even seen a copy of your order either.
Hold on. Go to the higher court.
I know, but I'm saying, how come I haven't even got a copy of your order either?
it got mailed to you.
So I'm sitting in jail getting nothing.
Okay.
I can't even read it to talk to the ASU. I don't have it in my hand.
The people, Mr. Myers, the people that are working with you, they have copies. I can assure you that I've given copies to the correct people who are working with you for
Who?
that.
For ASU?
Yes, the
Okay,
person who
okay,
told me
okay,
they have a copy.
All right.
I can assure you that.
All right.
So I'm not going to, our next court hearing is on April 15th. And because we have the victims here today, I can also set that as a trial setting conference if no one objects. So we're going to be back in court on April 15th. And on that date, I want to set the trial date, but I want to tell you now what that date I'm going to set. So any objection to making that a trial setting
You're
conference?
saying that we're going to set it that day officially, but today we're going to broach it.
Yeah, I'll just throw it out there.
Informally.
Correct.
Okay.
Is that all right?
I have no objection to the April date being converted also to a trial setting date.
Okay.
Is it possible to start trial that day?
No.
No.
In part because if the other charges come through and you want to consolidate them, that's not going to happen that fast.
I'm giving him a week to dismiss them.
Giving him. Or
So
what?
the case management conference on April 15th will also be a trial setting conference. And the date I'm suggesting for trial is June 17th. My trial started on Tuesday. And we have that week.
It can't be any sooner? I'd like to start at April 16th.
So the speed trial time in your case runs August 11th. So I just have to set it by that date. I'm actually doing almost 2 months before that. So,
I appreciate it. I mean,
all right.
In Your Honor, I will note that I did speak to the victim, and that date is a conflict for them for something they already have that's already been
it's my rights.
rescheduled.
Defendant's rights overrule theirs.
So
No, they don't.
your right is by August 11th.
So they just need to look at their calendar. So
Yeah, that's why I'm not setting it today. So
So they get to jerk me around.
no, they're not jerking you around.
They've been jerking. I'm sitting here in orange handcuffs for showing a government website.
So, Mr. Myers,
You
the
mad?
victim also has rights.
You mad,
of the
bro?
I'm
vic-
the victim. I'm the victim.
Hold on. The victim has rights
He's
under the
such an
Arizona
asshole.
Alleged
Constitution.
victim. Let's use the right
Alleged.
language here.
It's
Alleged.
the word.
well,
The
they're
word
the
is
victim.
victim in the Constitution.
It says right here, alleged victim.
Right. That's
would
not
prefer-
that's not a finding.
So you're
It's
saying
just-
that by saying that it doesn't indicate that you've already determined she's the victim? Because it
I haven't-
bothers me
No.
to hear somebody call somebody a victim who hasn't even been convicted.
that's just it's a legal term of art
Is
under
it
the
alleged
Arizona
victim?
It's not called alleged victim in the Arizona Constitution.
All right.
There's victims' rights.
I get it.
That doesn't. I don't say that before the jury.
Okay.
That's just like you're called the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
The state is called the state. They're just
I'm Lane Myers.
they're just labels.
I'm
You're
Lane Myers.
but in legal things you're the
I'm not a
defendant.
defendant.
You're the defendant.
Okay, so
Shut the
I'm
fuck
not for
up.
prosecution.
so
Kill
we
you.
set this. I'd like to set it for June 17th, but we'll have to see if that works for everybody. If not, then I'll set it in July. All right. Look at my list here.
How many days?
So it would be the 17th through the 20th, and
How are
then
we going to watch 49 hours of videos in that many days, in 8 hours at a time? That's 6 days of just watching videos.
We're not watching
so
all
the rules
the
of evidence would not allow
We're going to have
that.
rules.
motherfucker. We are not going to watch all 49 hours of your schizo posting unhinged live streams. Okay, that's not happening.
We're going to have the rules of completeness. We're going to watch every minute of every video I've ever made.
You're gonna have to
Okay.
file your own motions here.
Okay.
Motions
So-
I would file that might be
so-
different than you. But
We're not going to take my videos out of context.
All right.
Eh.
There is a rule of completeness, but there's also a rule of relevance, and that it not be duplicative or wasteful of the jury's time. Those are both rules. You can look them up.
Even having trial is a waste of the jury's time.
All right.
Okay.
So that's what the schedule is. The next thing I want to talk about is release conditions. And I'll start with the state.
So we're going to have the hearing even though they haven't provided the disclosure?
You've already stipulated to a bond. I'm just talking about the release conditions.
The modified condition or whatever?
Yes.
So are we going to have the little hearing?
We're just going to talk through that now. Ms. Stiles, currently the release conditions are the defendant have no contact of any kind with the victim or victim's family, the defendant not go to the victim's residence or workplace or victim's family workplace, and to take the videos of the victim down. What would the state's proposal be as to release conditions if they should be modified?
Your Honor, so to be clear, the state did not bring things to do another evidentiary hearing since we did have the no bond hearing.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear because then now it's already been established by proof evident presumption great that there were new felonies committed while on felony release. The concern the state has now is that Mr. Myers, while he's in jail, is he's sending messages to other YouTube people in order to ask them to live stream. He then will call them so that they can then live stream him from the jail. And in doing so, he is now calling upon the followers to essentially continue to harass people involved in this case.
Objection.
Hold on. She has the
Objection.
floor. Go ahead.
So that includes that he's calling on them to contact the court. In his words, he said,
Don't interrupt her. She's talking. Just wait till she...
so that includes that he's calling on them to contact the court. In his words, he said,
I hate and this is where I really start getting annoyed with the judge because it sounds like he's almost pleading with Lane Myers to stop talking. Instead, he needs to be a lot more what's the cop term? He needs to have a lot more of a command presence when it comes to dealing with guys like this.
Don't interrupt her. She's talking. Just wait till she... But you just got to sit...
remember how I had to wait the entire time?
Yeah,
And
I did.
I only got to
Okay.
I had the floor almost the entire day during your bond hearing when it was my turn. That's not
Okay.
how it works. You take
Go ahead, Ms. Stiles.
so he's called on his followers to roast the court. He's been going through things. He's been reading things from the grand jury transcript, which is also protected by statute that he's not supposed to be reading from the grand jury transcript. And so he's putting all that information out and it's going out into the public. And what I am concerned with is we want to maintain the integrity of this case and in the integrity of the trial that's going to likely take place in this case. And with him actively going on and live streaming, he's continuing the same behavior for which he's in custody now. So it's putting the victim is continuing now to get harassing emails and voicemails, And we are having issues with everybody involved in the case where they're trying to intimidate people in the process to influence the case, which is improper. And so I have concerns about his access, at least to.
Oh, by the way, also spoiler alert. This guy also pulls a Chili de Castro by going on live stream while he's in jail using the county jail's phones. So
I take very seriously somebody's ability to communicate with people when they're in custody. But if he's using that ability to communicate as a weapon, that's going to harm the integrity of this trial and harass the victim and harass the people involved in this process, then I don't think that he should have that ability to do so. So I am asking for his ability to be the restricted, that he not be able to live stream from the jail.
Can't do that.
And if he is not able to comply with that, then I'd be talking about the phone privileges. He still has the tablet, but I'm concerned with the live streaming.
So, what's the policy of the jail, if you know, for people in custody to use the telephone?
So my understanding in inquiring from them is they can't use the telephone, so they can't ask them to be connected to a third party. So if they call person A can't then, three-way call with person B. It doesn't sound like the jail was prepared for this. They hadn't had this come up where he would call, person A, and then person A would be live streaming.
The news
on
does
the
it all
media.
time. The news does it all the time.
He's talking. Just be quiet. Go ahead.
And so it sounds like the jail's visiting that issue right now, but I don't know what they're doing with it. And if he wasn't doing it in a way where he's calling upon people to harass members of people who are involved in this case, and that is also causing the harm to the victim, I don't think it would be the same issue. But the problem is that is the very nature of what his conduct was that got him the criminal charges in the first place. And he's still, even though he's in custody, he's still using that means to cause harassment to the victim and harassment and intimidation to everybody involved in the process. And so that is my concern, is he's posing that ongoing danger to the victim, and he's causing the implications for the integrity of this trial.
So what would your remedy be?
So I would ask for an order that he not be able to participate in live streaming, and then that's where I would start. And then I would hope that if he was ordered to do that, he would comply with that. And then then that would also give the jail, if they find out that he is live streaming, then they could then take action to stop it as they needed to. I think that's the least restrictive of the options, because that way I don't want him to lose his phone privileges where he can't communicate with people. But I want him to not be live streaming about this case, causing that further harassment. So like I said, I believe if the court restricted him from live streaming on it, then that would allow the jail to take action as necessary.
All right, Mr. Myers, your response.
Can you pull up I don't have the computer. Can you pull up rule 3.6 of the Model Rules of Professional Conduct, trial publicity?
He's gonna be mad. He's gonna get mad. He's gonna pretend that he knows what he's talking about.
I want to start there. Rule 3.6 trial publicity.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
He was going to look it on his phone, that's what I was saying. Rule 3.6 trial publicity.
All right. A lawyer, this is 3.6. A lawyer who is participating or has participated in the investigation or litigation of a matter shall not make any extrajudicial statement that the lawyer knows or reasonably should know will be decided in the matter. Notwithstanding paragraph A, a lawyer may state the claim, offense, or defense involved, except when prohibited by law, the identity of the persons involved, information contained in the public record, that the investigation of a matter is in progress, the schedule or resulting steps in the litigation, a request for assistance in obtaining evidence or information necessary thereto, a warning of danger concerning the behavior of a person involved, where there is reasonable to believe that there exists a likelihood of substantial harm to an individual or to the public interest, And in a criminal case, in addition to subparagraphs 1 through 6, the identity, residence, occupation, and family status of the accused. If the accused has not been apprehended, information necessary to aid in the apprehension of that person, the fact, time, and place of arrest, the identity of investigating and arresting officers or agencies, and the length of that investigation. C, notwithstanding paragraph A, a lawyer may make a statement that is a reasonable lawyer would believe is required to protect the client from substantial undue prejudicial effect of recent publicity not initiated by the lawyer or the lawyer's client. A statement made pursuant to this paragraph shall be limited to such information as is necessary to mitigate the recent adverse publicity. No lawyer associated in a firm or government agency with a lawyer subject to paragraph A shall make a statement prohibited by paragraph A. That's the rule.
Yep. Can I go now?
Yeah.
All right. So as we can see right there, I can talk about information contained in a public record, police reports. I can state the claim, how I plan to defend it, the identity of the people involved, the scheduling of the litigation, what happened at my last court date. Hey, can anybody help me? Information or assistance. I can warn the public that the person who's putting these charges on me is a danger to the public because they don't know they're a government employee. I can say that in a criminal case, I can talk about the identity, residence, occupation, and family status of myself. I can talk about myself. I can I can talk about the facts, the times, and the place of the arrest. I can talk about the cops who came to the court and testified, the arresting officers, and the most important though is C. A lawyer may make a statement that a reasonable lawyer. For the purposes of this discussion, as pro se, we're calling me a lawyer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, especially C, a lawyer may make a statement that a lawyer would believe is required to protect a client from the substantial undue prejudicial effect of recent publicity not initiated by the lawyer or the lawyer's client. Well, I sure didn't put these charges on myself, and I sure ain't out there telling everybody that I got my slap. How did they know my slap got denied? Somebody leaked it. So how am I not able? I am allowed to correct the public record. I am allowed to say, I know they're accusing me of this, but it's not true. I'm allowed to defend and I'm allowed to say.
Here's the difference between what you're saying and what's being alleged.
But what's being alleged?
Hold on. What's being alleged is that you are giving information encouraging others.
But that's not true.
Harass.
That's not true. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? I have never, ever, and that's what you're gonna find out.
Ever.
Especially your little slap motion. I've never, ever in my entire life told anybody to contact this woman under any circumstance. In fact, I made 2 videos saying do not contact Shannon Walker. And we're going to play that
exactly.
at trial. Okay?
He did the
made
thing.
It explicitly clear. People.
He did the thing. He did the auditor thing. Like, do not contact Shannon Walker. And then his buddy at this is a public service would have her information in the description of the video of the live stream.
She forgets that the First Amendment, people can address the government. People can call you on your government phone. That's why it's listed. Okay, that's up to you to decide, not her. She doesn't want me telling people to call the judge. Well, guess what? Take your number down. There's no crime in calling the judge. That's why your number's on there. It's the First Amendment. This is all they want to retaliate more against me because I'm having the public participate in making sure the whole world knows how innocent I am. I'm allowed to go on the news. People do interviews from jail all the time on the news. All the time. People give interviews that are broadcast on the news all the time. I've never one time told anybody to contact the victim, alleged victim, Shannon Walker, whatever we're calling her, because I'm being charged for saying her name in a court hearing. So I don't even know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not. But the most important part is she has no proof. She literally just came in here and said all that and doesn't even provide any proof. Show me right now. Why am I not charged then?
Well,
so if I told everybody to contact the victim on a live stream, why am I not being charged? Because it's never happened. I've never in my entire life told anybody to contact this woman at any point in my 42 years on earth, okay? So for her to come in here and say, oh, he's on the live stream, I have the right to do that. I can go on there and say, hey, friends and family, I'm doing all right. This is what happened at my last court date. This is what's going on.
Remember, he's already being held without bond. I should have pointed that out. This is just a motion to modify bond conditions to stop him from going on a live stream and talking about his case to all of his sycophantic followers.
This is what I'm going to use for my defense. This is what the evidence is. This is all under a bar. And that's what you should have saw in my slap motion. A a bar attorney, a member of the bar association could hold a press conference and say, yeah, we got these police reports, and they say, yeah, he's her ex-boyfriend, even though he's not her ex-boyfriend, and we want to make sure that we let the whole public know that at no point were they ever in a relationship, despite a police report being signed under the penalty of perjury that it says that I'm her ex. So obviously, you signed a police report under the penalty of perjury that I'm her ex. I have the right to go on to tell the public I am not her ex. That is not a crime. But I'm being charged for making a video saying, I don't know why it says in the police report that I'm her ex. I'm not her ex. I've never even met this woman. So I absolutely, can you pull that back up? Specifically to correct the inaccuracies of the public. If people are out there thinking, this is his ex and he's harassing her. I mean, how am I charged with domestic violence? I've never even met this woman. This is insane.
I don't think you're charged with domestic violence.
Of course I am.
I don't think he's charged with domestic violence.
It says right here, 3 counts of domestic violence.
Hold on. I have the indictment.
The new charges that we went to court yesterday, I'm charged with 3 counts of domestic violence.
I have the indictment right here. You're
No,
charged.
not the first one, the new one from the 2 days ago.
I don't have the new indictment.
It says that I'm charged with 3 counts of domestic violence. I've never even met this woman. So of course I'm going to go on there and say, how am I charged with domestic violence? I've never met this woman. It's not domestic violence. I've never met her. So if I'm holding a court document with my name on it, it says you're charged with 3 counts.
Slow down.
That you're charged with 3 counts of domestic violence, and I'm saying I've never met. It looks bad. Domestic violence is a terrible thing. Harassment, all that. I'm literally holding an email right here that says, this is from me to Matt Walker, months ago. I do not condone those crazy messages in any way. I had no idea those were being left because I wasn't the one leaving them. I don't know the tone of the voicemails because I didn't leave them. I do not encourage or agree with that and would never want my wife to get those either. Talking about crimes is way past what we are doing here. I'm talking about crimes. Alleged. I am going to make a video addressing anyone calling on my behalf. Better not ever do that.
This guy is claiming to say these things while the titles of his live streams are all full of vulgarity, obscenity, and then he's like having these 6-hour live streams calling her and the prosecutor every obscenity you could think of in the book in a live stream, and then he's shocked that he has people out there calling them directly.
Slow down again.
Sorry.
The court reporter's got to take down what you're saying.
All right.
So we're getting far afield. Mr. Myers,
Mr.
Myers, we're getting far afield here.
Well, no, she's trying to take away my ability to talk about my case and talk to my supporters.
I'm trying to ask you questions to be able to make a decision, and you're just talking nonstop. So let's focus.
So you want to do like a back and forth?
Let's just focus. Yeah, Mr. Myers.
Well, I had a couple more points.
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up!
I want to ask you some questions. You've talked like nonstop for several minutes.
Yeah,
now.
he does.
You're gonna cut me off.
I'm not going to cut you off. I just need to talk.
Go ahead.
We need to focus. Okay.
I'll hold my hand or point at me or something. So
here's the question.
Shut up! Oh my God.
Do you know first of all that I'm assuming that the jail is recording all your calls?
Of course.
Okay. And are you saying in those calls that you're not making any statements to anybody to encourage them to contact the victim?
Never, ever in my life have I ever told anybody, whether in jail, whether 6 months ago, whether today, tomorrow, or the next day.
I have your point. So let's hear from Ms. Stiles to see what her position is on that, okay? So that's what you've said, that you've never done that.
At jail.
In the jail calls, right.
So just want to make sure we articulate this properly. You're asking me, because she said that I'm making statements on live streams for people to contact the victim. Never, ever. Okay. So do we use the word lie or do we use the word manipulate?
I want to hear what she has to say in response to that. So now Ms. Stiles has the floor, and you're not going to interrupt her while she talks. Go ahead, Ms. Stiles.
So, Your Honor, as far as the victim, he's not saying directly call her, but he's making other statements, and his discussion is encouraging that same contact. And then I would note that he's communicating with a YouTuber who has the victim's information posted on his page constantly.
Yep.
So when he's live streaming with him, and maybe Mr. Myers does not know that the person he's communicating with is keeping up her contact information. But so he's doing the live streams, and then that is then encouraging that contact. And then as far as the court reference, he has absolutely told his followers to roast the court.
Is that the word
Roast
he
them.
uses? Roast?
Roast, yes.
Uh-huh.
He provided a description
Thought we were talking
of,
about.
Let her talk. Let her
he
talk.
provided your description. He was giving your description to
Oh.
this YouTuber that was being live streamed. He was making sure he was directing the website for the court so they would all know how to find your information to contact the court. And so that's where that is coming from. There are so many jail calls. I have not been able to go through all of them. But
Uh-oh.
like I said, I have people emailing me from the public who have concerns about the information he is posting on these live streams, and they are reaching out to me and concerned for the victim. And then the victim is also continuing to get harassing phone calls and emails. And so that's where I have the concern. There's also the information about, my office, but that's not the concern I have with the trial itself. My concern is reaching out to the court and, of course, harassing the victim.
My turn.
All right, hold on just a minute. So I'm inclined to have a hearing on this on Tuesday, if we could, where you could bring that information in and we would have a record then.
Yes.
Mr. Myers, I'm inclined to hold a hearing on that.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Not only is she, whatever you want to use the word that we don't use in court, we've went out of our way to make sure that any live stream, not only that, we paid YouTube money, sir, to block the word Shannon.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about here about saying that he paid YouTube money to block the victim's name. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. You could do that for free. It's basic moderation. You can ban certain words in chat for free. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. This I paid money to do this.
So at no point has any live stream I've been in from the jail used her name. You can't even. We paid Google because we're so worried about them doing this crap. that My live streams, we go out of our way to because a live stream. Because you might not be up on the technical nomenclature of like YouTube live streaming and shit. So I'm gonna give you like a little technical jargon. Okay. So when you're doing a live stream, right? You go on YouTube, there's a live stream, which it includes like a little chat, right? There's like people like whatever you're watching, people can kind of like comment down in the corner, like, oh, right. We've paid YouTube money to make sure that the words we.
Yeah, he's lying. This is a bold-faced lie. You do not have to pay YouTube to go to your moderation settings in your channel and block the words Shannon, Walker, Michael, etc. He's lying. This whole unless he's being scammed himself, he's lying. It's a bold-faced lie.
We put banned words. Shannon Walker, Matt Walker, all this kind of stuff. We paid YouTube to make sure that because we know they're watching. I would be an absolute moron to sit there on a live stream showing the victim's information. And that's not what, now, she keeps calling him my friend. No, she has the paperwork and she's about to get served with an injunction because she keeps calling a news media corporation registered in the state of Florida my associate.
Who he's talking about is this is a public service. That's who he's referring to. Media corporation this is a public service. I imagine he's talking about that. He's probably a member of Rogue Nations LLC or whatever, and saying that it's a it's a news company and not his comrade. Oh God, kiss my ass.
And she's been put on notice with a notice of claim already to stop doing that. And now that she did it again in this court, she will be hit with defamation, probably by the end of the day. And so you cannot, that is prejudicial, sir. She is trying to prejudice you against me by saying that I said call the court. No, what I said is before the slap motion, my wife, who used to be Judge Gordon's law clerk, said, if anybody wants to write a nice, respectful letter outlining why they believe this is retaliation against public.
If anybody wants to write a nice, respectful letter on why this person is a traitorous and an affront to the Constitution and should be held accountable for their actions, then do it. But nice and respectful.
Public participation with the court, they can do so, okay? Nobody's encouraging the court to be rude to the judge or any of that. That'd be...
So, Mr. Myers, what I suggested is to have a hearing so we can hear this information.
Why didn't she come prepared? She's in here slanging mud on me and doesn't even have anything to back it up. I could come in here and just make up whatever then.
Because it just has happened.
Trying to prejudice you, sir.
No.
Why is she bringing up the court?
Don't talk over Mr. Myers. Don't talk over me. You gotta lower.
Go ahead.
It's not helping your case to scream.
There is no case.
Okay. There is no case.
There is a case. You're in custody, so there is a case.
For now.
So
for
Mr.
now,
Myers,
for now.
what I am suggesting is to hold a court hearing so that we I don't want to argue about this.
Uh-oh.
I see what you're saying. Without the hearing, you cannot bring in anything about the court because the court isn't accusing me of it. The prosecutor doesn't get to bias the court against me by saying that I said call the court. Your number's on the website, sir. I know you don't understand the difference between government information on a government website and personal information on a government website, but if people weren't allowed to call you, your number wouldn't be on there. And Rich Tracy's standing right there, and he gets all the emails and the calls, and nobody's been charged, okay? I've been dealing with you guys for 9 months, okay? I know the deal, okay? People have been calling Judge Walton because she lied under oath. People have been calling Judge Weiland.
Hold on, Mr. Myers.
She's attempting to turn the court against me and bias you against me by implying that I've somehow did something untoward towards the court. I said people are allowed to write the judge letters, good or bad. There could be just as many people calling saying Lane's a fucking idiot. He's with or without me. She is literally picking at needles in a haystack because she's so scared that I'm going to win this case. Because the whole world knows what's happening, and she wants to take away all I have. My emotional support live stream, where I go on there and talk about what I believe is happening to me. I would be an absolute freaking fool to go on a live stream that I know that every cop in
Did he just say emotional support live stream?
And say, contact the victim.
Okay.
That would be suicidal.
So what you're doing is you're speculating.
Did he just say that?
You know what's in the content because you're speaking. I don't know what's in the content yet.
The video you're saying at the live stream?
Yeah.
I've never told them to do anything towards the victim. I've never said. In fact, this is what's really going to come out at trial.
Mr. Myers, hold on.
They keep alluding to this fact that this word encourage. How do you define Webster's defines encourage as? You can't silently encourage somebody. So for her to say,
Mr. Myers, hold on. We're getting far afield, and you're really, really amped up.
Because she's making false accusations.
No. She's saying that we should. I'm suggesting to have a hearing, and she's going to bring this stuff in.
Well, why did you bring it today?
Because we just addressed it
at me and let it stick at the wall.
We're going to have a hearing. You seem very scared to want to have this hearing.
Oh no, I want to hear. No, I'm saying I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm not fucking scared of nothing, bro.
He is scared. I'm scared of nothing.
You're being disrespectful now.
Scared is the least thing I'm worried about.
You seem very scared to me.
Scared of the hearing?
Yes.
Bring
That's why. What?
Play them.
Okay.
If I,
Mr. Myers.
All you have to do is make sure that there's nothing temporary until the hearing. As you can keep doing what you're doing.
Right. There's nothing.
All you have to ask.
I'm not scared of anything because I know I'm not doing anything wrong.
Mr. Myers, just request that you can keep doing what you're doing until the hearing.
My frustration, what you're calling might be scared, my frustration and my. I want a second. What you might be taking as scared, I'm definitely not scared. These charges are bogus. What you're referring to as my apprehension or whatever you want to call it.
Scared.
I'm saying like you're calling it scared. I'm not going to use that word because I'm not scared. It's more frustration that if you're going to come in here and accuse me of making a live stream contacting the victim, you should be prepared to show the judge that. If you're going to come in here and make allegations that I'm telling people to do this or that to the judge, she should be able to show that right now. We shouldn't need another hearing. She should have came prepared to back it up with receipts.
That wasn't the purpose of today's hearing.
Then why are we talking about it?
Because we're going to set another hearing because you raised the issue. But this isn't the evidentiary hearing today. You got to. We talk about preparing things and then hold a hearing on what we're going to show.
She prejudiced me by stating it. You allowed.
He hasn't prejudiced you yet.
Told me she just stood here in open court and said that I told people to contact the victim, and then when you went back to her, she said, "Well, actually, He didn't actually say to contact the victim. So which one is it?
So, Mr. Myers, again, you seem very apprehensive about me setting this hearing.
No, I didn't understand what you
Mr.
meant
Myers.
about a hearing.
Mr. Myers.
Set the hearing, as long as
Okay.
the
How about-
status quo remains, status quo remains.
Just, I know why you're nervous.
I'm not nervous. Stop saying, no,
Mr.
I'm
Myers.
not nervous. Okay?
He's so mad.
I'm not nervous.
He's so
Status quo needs to
mad.
remain in place, and we'll find out at that hearing who's lying, me or her.
That's all I had to ask for.
So I'm going to set the hearing at Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. if you all can appear then.
Yes.
All right. So that hearing will be Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. and that's on the ability of the defendant to make statements from the
You
jail.
can't take that away from me.
That's what the point of the hearing
It
is.
doesn't matter if we have 10 hearings. You cannot stop me something that the Bar Association gives me the right to do.
So,
the hearing.
Mr.
Bar
Myers,
Association.
I get to make decisions. If you don't like my decisions, you can go to the Court of Appeals. That's the system. You can't threaten me like
I'm not
that. You did threaten me.
With what?
You just said that I can't make a decision.
No,
You
I said you can't take away my ability to talk
Okay.
about my case. It's literally a Bar Association rule. You would be in violation of the ABA.
I can do that.
No, he wasn't. No,
you
he
for a gag
wouldn't.
order?
I didn't say I'm going to, but I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You can.
You can't. I'm not
Yes, you
a
can.
lawyer. You can't take away my ability to talk about my own case.
Oh my
Getting
God.
into uncharted
Again,
territory.
you're threatening me
I'm
again.
not threatening.
You are threatening me.
How am I threatening?
This is.
You're saying I can't do something when I can.
You can't.
Okay. So that's another threat.
Okay.
It's my belief. It's not a threat. It's my belief. Why? Then what is the Bar Association thing we just read? Are you saying that
I
you
get
can
to-
overrule that?
Yes.
Okay, then that's my misunderstanding. It was.
Right.
It's not a threat. It's a misunderstanding.
Okay. And if you don't like my rulings, you have the right at any time to file a
But
petition.
I don't even have a pen and paper.
Mr. Myers, I just told you. You have the right if you don't like
Just
any
told me I was
oh,
scared.
Hold on. You were scared.
I'm not scared of anything, bro. That's what you don't understand.
I'm not
Okay,
scared of
so hold on.
anything.
I'm definitely not scared of these bullshit charges.
Hold on, Mr. Myers. We're getting far afield here. If you don't like my rulings, you could file a petition with the Court of Appeals saying Judge Metcalf made a mistake, reverse him, then it comes back to me and I file that Court of Appeals ruling.
Where do I file when I don't agree with the prosecutor's lies?
You bring something up here.
So do I have the ability to request hearings also like she does?
Of course.
So I can bring up, so is that something I just send you in the mail or something?
You have to file a motion.
Yeah, because it seems like
You're very good at filing motions, Mr. Myers.
from home with Westlaw with my
He
wife
is.
who was a law clerk for a federal judge and Judge Gordon, yeah.
All right. So, what, are you still married?
Alleged wife.
Wait, she can't still help you?
From jail?
Yeah.
No, she's not my attorney.
Okay.
She has a job,
All right.
and they already got her fired from one of them.
So, Mr. Myers, we're going to have the hearing at Tuesday at 1:30.
Determine
I
if
feel like this
if
is a
there-
Canadian
if there's
girlfriend
truth to
thing.
their
I
statements
swear to
about me
God.
telling them to contact the victim.
Correct. Or to harass people. Remember, this
Harass
is
people.
harass.
What does that mean?
There's a
Oh,
statute.
you can't that's legal jargon.
It's not. It's defined in the ARS.
Jargon.
It's not. like-
Tell me my
No.
conversation is harass. You're not a law enforcement, and tell her she better come with some indictments
All right.
on Tuesday.
Ms. Stiles, anything else?
Your Honor, I don't know if the jail needs you to order that he have access to the law library, but we want to make sure
Okay.
that that's
Yeah, they said I need
clear.
a court order.
All right. I'll order that you have access to the law library in this
On both?
CR.
On the CR that I was originally, like the 14 counts and all that, right?
Correct.
But there's, so is that going to change now? Because you already gave me that and they wouldn't take it. And so,
It's in the order. It'll be in the minutary.
so then, because the COs just get mad when I try to argue with them.
Well, maybe you shouldn't argue with them. Just talk to them politely.
I said I have a court order. They said no, you don't.
Mr. Myers, yesterday, they didn't want to let me in.
See what I mean?
I talked to some supervisors. They understood why I needed to meet you, and they made exception for me, even though there's a lockdown.
but that's
There's a
him.
lot you can do by
I
just
don't
being
get to.
calm.
I don't get exceptions at the jail. I'm wearing orange.
Okay. There's an order in the minutary. Anything
Oh,
else? we
what
need
a
to
whiny
discuss?
Your
bitch.
Honor, just that I
Sorry.
think that last time the court didn't make a specific order regarding the law library, but now that that order is specific to that, that should hopefully allow him the access with the jail.
Okay. And Mr. Myers, I'm going to continue to raise this throughout these proceedings. The way that you're behaving today, if you behave that way before the jury, they won't like that.
I
And
don't need legal advice from the
okay,
judge.
well, I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just making an observation,
All right.
and that's something you need to keep in mind. And I'm going to keep reminding you about that, about whether you want to represent yourself or not.
So I'm not supposed to take that as you being condescending?
I'm not being condescending. I'm just saying the way you're behaving today would not benefit
Jury's
you.
not here, are they?
They're not here today.
So I'm a pretty intelligent guy.
Okay, that's good.
Your Honor, then one question. So I'm obviously going to have exhibits for the Tuesday hearing.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know how to get those to Mr. Myers because he also has Mr. Parvin as his attorney. So because we're going to have jail calls, we're going to have the YouTube videos. So
This is ridiculous.
Hold on.
Am I being charged with these crimes, or is this just to taint the judge?
Can you reappoint me for that one hearing only?
We're having
Yeah.
a hearing.
Will you let him be my lawyer for that hearing only?
Well, let's talk to Mr. Parvin first of all about how you think we can get this information to Mr. Myers. Do you have an idea?
Which information? Well, obviously today I printed out something that was just sent to me. I was able to give Mr. Myers. Anything paper's not is as long as the jail's not on a lockdown, it's pretty easy to get it to him. When it's a lockdown, it's a lot harder. Unfortunately, there's a lot of lockdowns for the jail lately. But for media, that is a lot tougher. I can get permission to go down with a computer or phone. So as long as it's monitored, they'll let me use the media to show him as I show him what I'm. But it is hard to give him actual media unless he can go to the law library and download himself.
Hold on, Mr. Myers. Can you go there with your computer? Can you bring your computer in with you?
My currently my phone has everything. That's where I download my audio. They don't like phones, but they usually allow it if there's a special. I'll say I need to show my client something. They will let me bring a phone for that purpose to show them audio. So that's where I download most of it.
Okay. Ms. Stiles, any thoughts?
just normally the attorneys are able to bring a computer and do not have a laptop.
Since the technology is so much easier to just use my iPhone and plug everything in and just play it on screen. It's been great.
So maybe that's, Mr. Myers, would that work if your client, your Mr. Parvin had the disclosure and he could go to the jail and just play it for you? Go ahead.
That's and I actually saw another attorney with the phone at the jail recently, so I know they must be making exceptions some of the time, especially now times are changing. They must be making exceptions some of the time, especially now times are changing.
I want to clarify something about the scope of the hearing, because it went from live streams to jail calls. Now, you definitely ain't going to tell me that my private calls that they're listening to that aren't broadcast, those have nothing, that's outside the scope of the hearing.
No, it's your calls with people on the outside.
But she said live stream.
So,
Well, my understanding is that you're calling someone and the person on the other end of the phone is then live streaming that. You're obviously not live streaming from the jail because you don't have access.
Right,
to the
no,
computer.
they're recording me too, though. I'll call.
Okay.
And we'll have it just like a news interview with K-Gun 9, and then K-Gun 9 will broadcast it.
Right.
That's not
Oh my
illegal.
God.
So the question is whether you can continue to have access to make those calls.
in Your Honor, so what I'd be intending for the hearing is he both sends messages to people to say that he wants to live stream, and then he goes on the live stream. I just want to make sure we have pulled a lot of those videos already, but in the event that they take them down before we have some of them, then we have the jail calls. But in the jail calls, he references and he asks them, are we live? And so that would be where if for some reason they pull down the video, I can then bring in the jail call to show that he actually was telling them and knew that he was streaming live with them.
Okay.
Why is that a problem?
That's what the part of the hearing is. We're gonna hear the evidence and then we'll make a ruling.
Why would it be a problem that I talk to my family on a live stream? Because calls are expensive. So why can't I call one person and talk to multiple people? You can't.
The question is whether you're doing that to harass people. That's what that.
No, that's what law enforcement decides.
Hold on,
The
no,
judge.
no.
So you're gonna make a legal finding of harassment?
So again, you're threatening me. You keep threatening me.
I asked you if you were gonna make a legal finding.
I haven't heard the evidence yet.
But no, I'm saying your inclination is that you think that so if you decide that you feel I harassed them, will I be charged?
No.
Then it's not a legal finding.
I'm not saying it is illegal finding, but
You said it was harassment. Harassment is a crime.
Hold on.
You can't
my
harass
God.
somebody and it not be a crime.
Hold on.
It's either a crime
Oh,
or
really?
it's not.
Mr. Myers, you got to slow down again. We're going to have a hearing on whether you're using the system to harass witnesses or victims.
That's ridiculous for you to even say that.
Again,
Might
you're
be too much
you're
of
threatening
somebody.
me.
By saying that,
go back to 76.
It's disrespectful.
No, I want the hearing, but I'm saying the fact that this is the rabbit hole we're in right now. is an embarrassment to the entire American legal system.
And if you think that my ruling,
People make rap
Hold-
videos
hold
from
on.
jail. They literally rap albums live on the jail phone.
Got him.
They literally talk into the jail phone and make music that's then published for monetary gain. Every day, people write books from the phone. People,
Mr. Myers,
no, I don't like you accusing me of harassment.
Hold on.
Flat out, because
Well,
you
hold
don't even
on.
know what harassment is.
Hold on, Mr. Myers. We're going to have a hearing next
To
Tuesday
determine what?
whether you're using this system to harass the victims.
You cannot use the word harass.
I
Because it's
can.
not a legal finding.
Again, you're threatening me again.
Oh, you're saying that I'm committing a crime.
I'm not.
You-
We're going around and around. I've already
So you're
discussed this.
saying you're gonna find if I'm
That's-
using
hold on.
the phone to
That's
harass
that's
people.
not enough time to prepare for that hearing. You need disclosure of the jail
I
policy.
need disclosure of the jail policy. We need more time.
Okay. No, I'm not. We're going to set this because they've asked for me to do this today. I'm giving you a hearing already. So I'm not going
Determine
to.
if I'm harassing them.
Yes.
And you're gonna make that determination?
Yes.
Are you a cop?
Yeah.
No.
Then how can you
No.
make a legal
All right.
conclusion?
You're being disrespectful. again,
judge!
Mr. Myers. You are.
He's literally.
Maybe you
All
take
right.
a second
That's literally what he
explain to me
does.
Pretty soon, you're hold on, Mr. Myers. You're getting to the point where you're being so abusive that I'm not going to let you represent yourself. You gotta calm down. You're going. No, we're done with this. So we're going to be back here at 1:30 on April 1st, and we'll make that
That was second.
April 1st.
It was the first.
the first. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tuesday.
So that's the.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's the first.
April 1st, Tuesday at 1:30. I apologize if I said the wrong date.
Why am I hurt?
Okay, and then Mr. Parvin, you're going to bring the your phone in with those things
Yes,
recorded.
I'm gonna talk to him, especially since I'm sure the jail can see in the order. He needs to see this. I want to use my iPhone. It's the
Yes.
big iPhone, has everything on there. It plays everything great. I want to show him that.
All
I
right.
do have a concern. Some of the disclosure, I mean, I could see any videos I know might have been live streamed, but some recent jail calls were disclosed. I was not able to download those files. But I'm assuming it's the
Okay.
same as what I already have. I don't know what that recent disclosure was.
So the recent jail calls go up until today's date. And so he's been getting the jail calls as we're getting them in.
Okay.
And then we're also disclosing the videos that go along with
Got
those
it.
jail calls.
Different because I'm having a hard time downloading the jail call because you have separate recorders. Just that didn't play. All the videos play, but not the jail calls. But if it's the same, it's not an issue.
Well, and I'm happy to speak to Mr. Parvin to make sure that he has everything that we're going to be using at the hearing.
So we're gonna sit here for like 5 hours and listen to jail calls?
No.
Then we're not gonna get a true hearing and I'm not getting due process.
All right, you can
they
make
can
that
pick and
objection
choose.
then. Again, you're threatening me.
What?
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm not. It's a mixed case because I'm appointed on one but not the other case. So I'm guessing. Well, this could be a mutual. This is not for the second case, so I'm not appearing at the next hearing. That's what I'm wondering. For this hearing is just for this first case we're here today, not for. The one.
Your
Advisory.
advisory
Okay.
council.
But I could show him, I could get disclosure and still show him the media from my phone, and still
Right.
the jail can make arrangements to have him download it in the law library.
Right. So I'm going to order and have the minute entry reflect that Mr. Parvin is given authority to bring his phone into the jail to show the disclosure to Mr. Myers. And in my release order, I'm also ordering the defendant to abide by all previous terms and conditions of release. All right. So we're going to be back here on Tuesday the 1st at 1:30. And Mr. Myers, again, if I find that you're just being so abusive that you are unable to speak properly, I'm going to find that you can't represent yourself and have Mr. Parvin step in. And then if you continue to be disruptive, I can order you not in the courtroom. Your proceedings can occur without you here. I don't want to do that, but you got to behave yourself. Yes.
Would it be possible so that me and you can get on the same page?
Damn it. I suck.
For you to maybe give me a short list of do's and don'ts or something? Because, you know,
It's not that hard. You know,
I'm the
we-
common man. I'm not a legal, I don't speak legalese.
Mr. Myers, I'll tell you, I have 300 cases at a time. I have sometimes 20 to 30 hearings in one day. Most people, even if they're charged with very heinous crimes, are able to behave themselves in the court. Well, they're able to behave themselves in the
If
courtroom.
you're innocent, it's different.
Some people are acquitted and some people are convicted.
Oh, innocent.
What I'm telling you is, Mr. Myers, that most people are able to behave in the courtroom, and you're having a very hard time doing that. You're very argumentative and threatening.
Yep.
I
Yep.
take offense to you keep calling threatening is a legal term again. Threatening you by saying what?
Okay, Mr. Myers, I've given you that my admonition. I can pull your right to represent yourself if you can't behave yourself.
No, that's why I asked you if there was some
Right.
way that we can like, maybe is there rules of court decorum or something I can read somewhere so that I can.
Mr. Myers, I just told you, I have several hundred cases.
That's not me.
And I know, but everyone else is able to follow a normal.
Everybody else is innocent and is not innocent.
There are people
Oh
who
my
are
God.
charged who are.
Yeah. See, and this is the best part here is like he doesn't. He's. I was about to say something really mean. I feel like he either he is a sociopath, which is probably true, or he's on the spectrum, which might also be true. That he can't understand self-control. Like he has no self-control whatsoever.
Are acquitted.
And I didn't say acquitted. I said
And everyone who's charged is presumed innocent until a jury finds them guilty or they plead. And so it's the case that the average person who is a defendant in a case or a witness or a lawyer or anybody can behave themselves in court, and you're having a very hard time. And if I make a finding that you're so abusive and obstructive, then I can pull your right to represent yourself, and I can exclude you from the courtroom if you cannot behave. So you need to keep that in mind.
it's hard to be innocent in an orange jumpsuit.
All right. We'll see everybody at 1:30 on.
So what about the modified conditions thing?
I just affirmed
So,
previous risk condition.
So there's, you know how the modified.
I just told you that.
Motion, the amended, all that, we move past that now or what?
So you're held in $500 bond.
So we.
Affirming
modified
prior
the-
release conditions.
Right, okay. So the motion that they filed, the motion, then I responded, and then we were gonna come here and have today's hearing about, we've completed that portion?
Correct.
Okay, and it ends with me having a $500 bond?
Yes, and affirm current release conditions.
Okay.
All right.
That were previously,
Correct.
okay.
Tuesday, April 1st at 1:30 p.m.
To decide whether she's lying or I'm telling the truth.
We're pushing it.
And we're done. Oh my God. We're finally done. Antisocial personality disorder, I could see that easily. Like, the guy does not, he doesn't, there's no such thing as a filter with this guy. But, yeah, there he is. But what did they say? April 1st? We're hearing him again? Yeah, April 1st. April Fool's Day. He's got his next hearing. Now where was all right, this is gonna piss you off, it's gonna piss me off, and then I'm gonna try and find us like a palate cleanser to close out the stream. But be prepared to get pissed off at this asshole.
Here's what's gonna happen.
This is Van Balian. So shout out to him.
I'm gonna order you out of the car, and if you don't come out, then we're gonna forcibly remove you out.
We're gonna start breaking windows, and we're gonna send a dog in after you.
Close your eyes.
Ready? Obstruction is.
Yeah, no, be prepared.
Welcome back to the Van Balian channel, guys. Today we head to California, where yet another boat captain turns a minor traffic violation during a holiday with his wife and kids into a busted window, a weekend in jail, and his car on the back of a tow truck. Right, let's get into the video.
So for the record, what's your name and
Officer
badge
Vasquez,
and your badge number?
23534, it's right here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So
you're-
what's the reason for the detainment?
So you were stopped for your expired reg tab, 5204, Adam.
Which I've
Vehicle
notified you. I'm not participating in commerce with the state of California. That's why it's not registered with the state.
Okay.
You acknowledge that's what the vehicle code's for, right?
Right.
Okay.
How to set your kids up for failure in the future 101. Attempt that routinely and very easily debunks the notion that you don't need to register your vehicle with the state in front of them.
So
You don't have any identification as well.
I haven't broken a law, sir. Like, minus a crime, then there's no reason to identify.
All right, just hang tight. Like I said, you're detained. You're not free to leave. Just hang tight 1 second.
Okay.
Just for the record, a crime is defined as an act or omission that violates a law and is punishable by the state, encompassing both federal and state offences. So, good luck with that defence. Anyway, this is where backup arrives.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good, how are you?
Roll that window down for me a little bit just so we can talk.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
what's your name and badge number?
Officer Beavers, just like the animal, 17035.
Beavers? Oh my God,
Okay.
really?
And what's your name and badge number, sir?
Officer Olivier, 23755.
Okay.
Hey,
You a supervisor?
me?
Yeah.
No, I'm the senior officer.
Senior officer, okay.
So, hey, just trying to understand, he stopped you for registration.
Which I have a question about that anyway, because from his position where he was on the street, there's absolutely no way he could have seen my registration when I was driving by.
Tab sticks out pretty good.
Not from that distance.
But anyway, either way, it's expired.
Exactly. If he was right about your expired tag anyway, then he was correct to pull you over.
It's not registered with the state of California.
Okay. Well, it's required.
In your commerce, yes, I agree with that.
All right, so I'm going to give you an option here.
Okay.
To either just provide your information, license, all the information on the vehicle you have.
Yeah, I rescinded my license. I turned that in.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so you definitely shouldn't be on the road then, and especially not with your family in the vehicle. I suppose this means you're driving around without insurance as well.
Yep. So are you at least going to identify yourself by name and date of birth or anything?
No, I haven't committed any crime.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to order you out of the car, and if you don't come out, then we're going to forcibly remove you out, which would mean we're going to open the door.
I understand all your guys' I understand your guys' tactics. There's absolutely no reason to do this, right? There hasn't been a crime committed. There hasn't been a crime committed. I'm peaceably traveling with my family, okay? And if you
You're in the parking lot at Big 5.
if you guys want to enforce your will and cause property damage, then that's on you. Then we'll see you guys in federal court.
Okay.
I like how federal law applies to him when he thinks he can use it to threaten a cop, but state law, which is derived from the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, doesn't because reasons.
Okay, no,
Right.
that's fine. So, yeah, no, so, okay.
I'm not out here. I'm non-belligerent. I'm not trying to cause any problems with you guys.
I'm not accusing you of that at all, but
I'm just gonna stand on my rights, right?
Yeah, you do have to follow the rules. You're driving in California, you got to follow the same
I'm
rules.
not driving in commerce,
Yeah,
right?
well-
You understand the whole vehicle code is for commerce, right? Is that a yes or a no?
You've read too much stuff online, but
No, I've read your commerce book.
No, mate.
Commerce
Like this
book.
cop said, you've read too much stuff online. If this commerce book said anything close to what you claim, lawyers everywhere would be taking advantage of it.
How you doing today, sir?
Doing great. What's your name and badge number for the record?
Yeah, 16631. So here's what we're going to do. We're either going to go with the program. I understand your position, or we're going to start breaking windows and we're going to send a dog in after you. Okay?
Any responsible parent on hearing that, even though they obviously have no intention of sending a fur missile in with the kids, would immediately step out of the vehicle. Unfortunately, these two are anything but responsible for subjecting their kids to this.
Sergeant Garcia. Guardia.
You were close, sir.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay?
So
that's going to be up to
like
you.
I told your other officers,
I understand what you told them.
I'm here with my family, okay? We're just peaceably traveling on vacation. I've got my 4 kids in the car, and I've got my wife in the car.
Understood.
I wondered how long it would be for him to start using his kids as a shield against the police to
He's got 4 kids, and he's trying to pull this bullshit.
prevent them from enforcing the law. And like all sovereign citizens, he didn't let me down. Shame on you.
Okay, and if you guys want to choose to trample on my rights today, I've caused there's no law been broken here, okay? There's no injured party, there's no complainant, right? I know where you guys stand, I know what you guys are talking about, but I'm not in your jurisdiction, Okay, the vehicle, the automobile is not registered with the state.
I understand sir, you can spare me with your back and forth on that.
It's not back and forth. I'm just letting you know where.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Okay.
In other words, save your pseudo-legal nonsense for the judge, because we've heard it all before. You're not the first to use this quote-unquote defence, and you certainly won't be the last.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is that we're gonna have to cooperate today. I'm gonna need to see some ID.
For what?
Huh?
What law have I broken in order for you?
Expired registration. You're driving without.
No, that's not expired.
So
that's
up
not.
to you, sir.
Okay.
We've already run the car. It's
Okay.
expired.
No, it's not expired.
Okay. And
it's not It's not in your jurisdiction.
Of course it isn't, sir. I
Right.
get it. So we're gonna go one of two ways. We're either gonna get you out of the car, okay, we're gonna take you to jail.
Sir.
Your family is gonna be displaced for a while, because the
Sir.
car is gonna go to car jail.
Sir.
Or you can continue
Car
the
jail.
path that you're doing, and we're gonna stand by.
Unfortunately, I'm going to stand on my constitutional protected
my God.
rights today. Okay.
So if you're quite happy to turn your family holiday upside down over a couple of citations, you deserve everything coming your way. I'm just pissed off that the kids have to see this.
Exactly.
Anyway, they give him one last chance to see sense before they break his window. But I think we all know where this is headed.
Did you notice the tactics he did? He whips out his thing like he's going to break the window and all this. They want to get you to fold. I'm not folding.
Well, it's going to happen. Spoiler alert.
Sir, I'm Chris Hamilton. I'm the captain with the California Highway Patrol out here.
How you doing, Chris?
Good. And
Good.
I appreciate the fact you're videoing me. I'm videoing you. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go be very clear right now what's going to happen.
Okay.
And you got a choice.
Okay.
Okay, either you come out of the car and we take care of business and you go about your business after that. I don't know what exactly the stop was for, but it's been elevated to a point now where we're going to break out a window and we're going to pull you out of the car. Now, if you don't want that to happen in front of your family, that's your ultimatum. You come out, we take care of this or not.
Any good dad worth his salt would get straight out of the vehicle at this point. Selfish sovereign citizens go straight back into the script.
So, Captain Chris, like I told all of your officers here, there has been no crime committed, okay? I am simply traveling with my family. We're on vacation, exercising our constitutional rights, right? There is no law that's been broken. There's no complainant. There's no injured party. I've notified the officers. I wish to invoke my Fourth Amendment right to stay private, right?
Oh my God.
Absent of a crime, that is my right.
Sure.
You can notify the President of the United States if you like. It doesn't change the fact that the requirement to identify following a traffic violation doesn't violate the Fourth Amendment.
Sure.
Right? And I understand what you guys are out here doing and enforcing is the vehicle code. This is my private property. I'm not registered with the state of California intentionally.
God.
I've, under good faith and goodwill, rescinded my California driver's license, right? Because I'm not acting in that capacity.
I hear you. I understand you're basing this very much on
Your
the
bullshit.
Constitution. I get that.
Right.
But I'm just letting you know what's going to happen. Because
So
we
as
are in
a
California, and we are going to enforce California law, and that's what's going to go down. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to make your choice, and after that, one of these windows is getting.
So you don't acknowledge the Constitution?
And I'll be honest with you, if your family wasn't in there, we wouldn't even take that risk. We would send a canine in for you.
What's the purpose of a canine?
Bro must live under a rock to not know the purpose of a fur missile is to bok bok nom nom a non-compliant suspect. Also, how telling is it that the officer cares more about the welfare of the kids at this time than their own dad?
Okay, so you got about 30 seconds. After that, we're going to do what we do, okay?
Officer, just to be clear, what is the intent?
Oh my God.
Officer Gardia?
Sergeant Gardia.
Sergeant Gardia? What is the intent of wanting me out of the vehicle?
Backseat, nothing on the passenger on the front.
We'll do it from the passenger side.
Okay. The baby's on the passenger side. On the back seat, but on the passenger.
Okay. We'll just do it right here.
And he has an infant
So what is
inside
it
too.
you guys are requesting?
You got about 5 seconds, sir. I need you to step out of the car.
For what? Is that a lawful order?
About 5 seconds, sir.
Because you're refusing, you're delaying and obstructing this officer from doing his job.
Obstructing is a physical act, right?
Yes,
Oh
you're
my
physically
God!
refusing to step out of the vehicle, therefore obstructing their investigation. Yet another frauditer law school scholar.
Obstruction is
Sir, hide your eyes because you're going to get glass on you.
obstruction is physical.
Close your eyes and look away. Close your eyes.
Ready?
Obstruction is
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
officer. There's no need for all this. There's no need for all
Zoe,
this.
it's okay. Zoe, it's okay. Zoe, it's okay. It's okay.
Goodness sake.
Zoe,
unlock
it's
it.
okay.
Go ahead. Do what
Zoe,
you do.
It's okay. Zoe, it's okay. Zoe,
on
it's
out.
okay. It's okay.
Here,
you
Mom.
guys, it's okay. It's okay.
Choosing to get your window busted out over a couple of citations is the height of stupidity. But choosing to get your window busted out while you've got 4 kids in the car is unforgivable.
What are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
Turning off the car.
No one's in the car in the front seat. Why do you need to turn it off? What was the point of turning it off?
The car's being impounded, ma'am.
That's fine. You don't have to turn it off.
Yes, he does. He's taking no chances after the stupidity he's just witnessed.
It's okay, you guys. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay. Take a
You
deep
want to
breath.
search some baskets before you move your car?
It's already off, sir.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I know. I understand. It's okay. Take a deep breath, you guys. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. It's okay. Daddy is not hurt. It's okay.
This is why
Daddy
I
is
gotta
not
have
hurt. Take a deep breath,
a
please.
palate cleanser after
Yes,
this.
Daddy is just a very stupid
Asshole.
person who believes very silly things on the internet. And because of this, Daddy will go to jail from time to time for very silly things.
Can you see him? What they're doing to Dad?
No.
What can
Oh,
you see?
shut the hell up.
Oh, I see it's white.
Okay. I can't figure out how to turn the phone around.
Do you have somebody you can call?
We're out here on vacation. so
Okay.
no.
Okay, so we'll just take you to a hotel or something. You can figure it out.
No,
You're just gonna walk? Because we're
I
towing
don't
the
know.
car.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll try and figure out. Can you give me a minute?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We got time.
Yeah,
we got plenty of time.
we're not from here. We don't have anybody here. It's
Okay.
literally us traveling like he just told
Okay,
you.
we're more.
Traveling. Yeah, the wife is also apparently captured. Okay, what's this madness? Based on this thumbnail, this better be a good one. It looks like it's going to be a good one, but we'll see.
On May 10, 2024, an officer pulled over a vehicle for failing to stop at several traffic signals flashing red.
Oh my God! Look what the
Keep your
hell is
windows
that
rolled down for
car?
me, please. Howdy, y'all. My name's Detective Roland Tallahassee Police Department. The reason I pulled you over today is you have to stop when a light is out. At every light. I watched you blow through like 4 or 5 before I got behind you, okay? I'm not writing you a ticket today, but I can please see your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Do you have the driver's license number? Okay. What is your last name? Do you have any kind of photo ID on you? Okay. Is that your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to wait just 1 minute before I can talk to Mom, okay? Give me 1 minute, okay? 7:43 be on 2.
You're welcome to get out. Just do me a favor, just stand behind our vehicle if you want to, okay? Yeah.
Do you have David pulled up? Yes, sir. Can you pull it up so I can get her DL?
Do you have a first name?
Yeah, Tatyona.
Tatiana?
Yeah. There we go. 2 N's, I guess. 99 times 3.
Oh, that's it.
Warrants, of course. Oh my God! Really? Wait, what? Did I read that right? She got fired from McDonald's and then trashed the place, and that's what the warrant is for.
Do me a favor. I need you to step out of the car and talk to me back here because you don't have your license. Okay? Just take a second.
It's a lie, but they're allowed to lie.
What we need to talk about, sir?
All right, look, here's the deal. I don't want to do this in front of the kids. You've got warrants out for your arrest. You want to go into jail today.
Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. All right? I'm going to comply, but don't all right, pull that cool down.
We'll give you a chance, Tatiana. Come on.
All right. For real, don't touch me,
Hey,
bro.
no, you're good. At some point, we're going to have to because you're going to have to get handcuffed. But you got to come on out, okay?
Okay, they said she got a 1-out-4 arrest, and
Tatiana, step out of the car.
what she want to know what's the what for.
That's fine. We'll tell her
I'll
as soon
explain
as
to that in just a moment, but you got to get out of the car.
But you're not finna put me in no cup.
Tatiana, but you do have to get out. I don't want to pull you out or do any of that,
right on, Damien.
but I need you to exit.
No,
I don't want to do that.
You wait till her mama
Well, let my
No.
daddy don't come up.
Oh, okay.
I have no problem explaining to that, but I do need y'all to step. I need you to step out.
Tatiana, you need to step out or you're going to catch another charge, okay?
But she's got to come out of the car first. We're not. I don't want to have this discussion. Yep, I do. I can absolutely do that, but you're gonna be detained first.
She's got warrants.
Yep. Come on in.
Don't touch, bro.
Come on up.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Just guys, give it a second.
We're fine. Hey.
Oh my God. Really?
I'm not doing nothing, bro. Come on.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
They got out the car.
Put your hands up.
I gave you the opportunity. You didn't want to come out.
Y'all got me so right now. On my grandma, y'all got me so right now. Because
I told you I did not want to do that in front of the kid.
talk to a bitch ass.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll towards me.
All three of y'all big ass
10, 15.
motherfuckers. Y'all some big ass motherfuckers. What y'all pulling me out the car like that for?
All right, go ahead and stand up.
Y'all big as it only took one.
Come on over here.
Let me put my
Just
damn
that
shoes.
one
Let me
thing.
put my shoes on. Damn it.
Come back to the back of this car. Come on now. I didn't want to do that in front of all the kids.
Okay, with your big ass. It only took one. Well, why took three?
We gave the opportunity to step out and you didn't want to come out.
And you ain't want to talk either. You gonna tell me why you trying to detain me?
I told you, you have warrants out for your arrest.
I shouldn't.
Now that you're in cuffs, I can tell you have warrants out for possession of marijuana, disorderly conduct.
I don't. All that was dissolved. All that was good. And I ain't smoking mud. What you talking about? You lying. You lying.
Okay. Anything else on you need to know about? Poke me, stick me, hurt me? You want to switch sides? Yeah. Anything else on you?
Yo, stop talking to me.
Go ahead and put it in the car.
What you talking about? Stop talking to me.
All units stand by for general announcement. All units be advised southeast and southwest will be passed for the remainder. Southeast and southwest will be passed for the remainder.
Can you stay with these two bills real quick? Yeah. Those came out of our pocket. Right on. Yeah. Howdy, y'all. Okay, now I will be willing to talk to you. It's okay.
Cause I don't really know. I don't want to talk, fam. You just look like you was gonna shoot me. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, because
I don't
we're
want to hear
in
that.
this
I
fight
don't
up
want to hear
here.
that, bro. That's my sister, bro. That's
Okay.
me, man. I don't care, bro.
Well, I gave her the opportunity to step out.
Everybody raised different, bro. Everybody raised different. Y'all
And I
cowards,
gave her
bro.
the opportunity. I gave her the opportunity to not do this in front of the kids. Okay, you're free to go. Have a good one.
Your big ass. Your wife know you doing girls, females like this?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Let's go.
I want to.
This one might be
Is that
Oxy.
really it?
This one
I didn't
might
really
be
do much
Oxy,
there.
'cause Look, it's IP 204. Yeah, it's.
What,
showing-
just
Is it
real?
Oxy?
Yeah.
Okay, it came right out of her right pocket.
Y'all couldn't even tell me what I was
Oxycontin.
getting
Oh,
out of the
boy.
car for. We don't trust y'all. Y'all killers. We don't trust y'all.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll do that one second.
Supposed to protect and serve. Y'all don't protect shit but your ass. And
All right.
No, I'm not. Stop touching me.
Oh no, not again.
Stop
Get out, ma'am.
Get tased.
Get out now.
You're fighting me, so stop. Stop.
Oh shit.
Officers attempted to pull this vehicle over for speeding, but the driver sped up and continued to drive for over 6 minutes. When she finally stops at a gas station, she has a complete meltdown and begins acting like the victim when officers arrest her.
South on 503, pulling into the Sunoco, We stopped at the Sunoco.
Okay.
Hands! Hands!
Units responding and stopping here at the Sunoco.
I've been trying to stop you for 5 miles. Okay. Okay, you can't do that. Okay. You can't do that. Okay. Okay, well, do you understand you can't do that?
I'm not from this state.
Okay.
I'm driving through and I'm being safe and I am a black woman.
Do me a favor.
And I'm doing what you asked. My hands is in your
Do me a favor. Stop talking and listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God!
Don't reach in
Another
the
one
car,
who won't
ma'am.
shut
Put
up.
your hands back out. Ma'am, please put your hands out the window. Use your left hand to open that door for me. Why? Because I'm asking you to step out of the car. I'm not coming up to the car. She's 7'5", Dayton. She won't get out of the car. Keep your hands where I can see them. Don't reach in the car.
I'm not getting out of my car.
You're going to get out of the car. Don't reach in the car.
Can you record this? I'm not getting out of my car. I didn't do anything wrong.
Unlock your door, man. You're
no,
speeding.
I'm not getting out of my car. No, I'm not.
Don't
Stop
do
touching
that.
me.
You can't
Stop
do that.
touching me.
Stop
Dude,
resisting
stop
me.
touching me.
Stop resisting
Stop
me.
touching me.
Unlock the door.
Stop
Stop
touching
resisting me.
Stop touching me. Hold on. Hold on.
That's fine. Step out for me. Step
Call
out.
your dad. Call your dad. This cop is pulling me out of my
Stop
car
resisting me.
for no reason. He's
Get your
pulling me out of my car
taser.
for no reason. Guys, get ready.
Taser.
You're good. Get out,
You're gonna
ma'am.
get tased.
Oh no!
Get out now.
Stop.
Get out now, ma'am.
Stop.
Please get out.
Wait, why do they put the taser in black and white? You see that? They put like a monochrome filter on the taser. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Please get out, ma'am.
If you want to record, that's fine. Get out of harm's way and come over here. Step. Listen, get out of the car. Come out of the car.
I didn't want to get up on the side of the freeway.
Grab her arm.
Stop! Stop pulling on me!
Easy. Hey, roll her over. Easy. Give me your hand.
Baby!
Give me your hand.
Babe, can you come and help me? Call your dad.
Easy.
This is my ID. This is my
Easy.
ID, sir. All I'm asking is can you take my ID?
I'm trying to get. You're biting me, so stop.
Stop.
Oh
Don't
shit!
hit me. Stop.
Oh shit!
Sir, all I'm asking is can you take my ID?
I'm trying to get. You're biting me.
Oh, she bit his leg. Oh God, why? Why are we seeing so many people like biting the legs? It's like the precursor to the zombie apocalypse.
Stop. You just bit me. Stop biting.
Let go of me!
Get her other
Let
hand.
go
She
of
just
me.
bit me in the leg.
Let go of me! I broke my heart!
Easy.
It broke my heart!
Stop resisting me.
I got it. Cuffs on. Take a step back. Take a step back. I got it.
I didn't do anything! I was driving and I didn't feel safe pulling over on the side of the freeway. So I came to the nearest exit and I pulled up to the gas station. I told the cop what it was.
On your butt. On your butt. Sit up. Sit up. Relax. Relax. You're okay. Relax. Relax.
Oh shit! Oh man, he's drawing blood.
275 days.
All I did was go to the nearest gas station.
Dayton, 10, I need you to start me a squad. Signal 5, give me a supervisor.
No, he broke my arm! Ah! He slammed my head on the ground!
Ma'am, you bit me.
Oh my God.
You're gonna go to... I'm gonna cut...
Listen, all you have to do is listen.
I am suing!
Suing.
I didn't do anything wrong! I'm not a criminal! I am not a criminal! I am not a criminal! I didn't do anything!
The only thing I was trying to do is stop you from speeding.
I kept I was doing 70 miles per hour on the cruise control, sir.
You were doing what?
I was on cruise control. I had my car on cruise control 70 miles per hour.
No, you were at 81.
No, I wasn't. I had it on cruise control at 70 miles per hour. I know what I was doing. I have done nothing.
Relax.
I was uncomfortable. I'm in another foreign state. I don't know where I am. And I was driving and he turned his lights on in California.
Hey,
you pull off
you have a
onto the
large
freeway
back
where it is safe.
A large back seat. You want to just wait for
Oh my God.
Well, it's safe. You get somewhere where you're safe, and I am a safe single woman. And I saw you, and I said I'm gonna pull over where it's safe. I couldn't tell you nothing. What am I supposed to do? Pull over? You broke my arm. You broke my
Broke her arm.
If you shit was here, I'm gonna go.
I'm not touching her right now. Ma'am, I know it's legal in California, but you also have the odor of marijuana coming out of your car.
Safe. I don't have no marijuana. I was trying to be
All
safe,
you have to
sir.
do is pull over. That's the safest thing to do.
I didn't know where to go. I was trying to pull over at the next exit. Did I not pull over at the next exit?
Well, I don't know that.
Did I pull over at the next exit, sir?
How am I supposed to know
Did
where
I
you're going to
pull over
stop?
at the next exit?
Yes.
When you asked me,
Are
what
you
did
in
I
California?
say? Wait, let me ask you a question.
Are you in
Let
California?
me ask you a question. Did I explain to you why I said kept going?
And I asked you to get out of the car.
Did I explain to you? And why would I get out of the car
because
on
you're
a
leading me on a pursuit.
What? I was not leading you on a pursuit. I explained to you. When I pulled up, sir, let me talk to you, okay?
You need to talk to him.
Listen.
When I pulled up, didn't I say to you, I put my hands out and I said,
And you did
sir,
exactly what I asked you to do.
Exactly, and I said to you, the reason
But I
why...
said you have to get out of the car.
When I
you said I'm not
why?
doing so.
Because I'm not a criminal and I've done nothing
I never
wrong.
said you were a criminal, ma'am. I told you that you were speeding.
I was
All
not
I was
speeding.
trying to do is
I
catch
was
up
on
to you.
cruise control.
You were not. You were at
yes,
81.
I was. It was an 18-wheeler that pulled up behind me when we
Way
passed
before
you.
that. You passed me
I
at
was
the
not
God.
speeding. I was on cruise control.
Can nobody shut up tonight? I think I'm doing this to myself. In all of these videos, these people just do not know how to shut up. The voices won't stop.
Cruise control.
Ma'am, is your ID in here?
Yes.
What is your name, ma'am?
I was on cruise control the whole time.
Why would you bite me?
I didn't know what I was doing.
You didn't know what you were doing, so
I
you bit
didn't
me.
know what I was doing.
Are you on
I was-
medication? Are you on medication?
What?
What do you mean? You said you don't know what you're doing, so...
Because you guys, you just slammed me on the ground.
We asked you
and
to
pulled
step
me
out of the car.
And then you threw me and you slammed my... Ow, my arm is broken.
What is your name,
Your
ma'am?
arm is not broken.
I just told you.
I want to... Is this you?
Yes, that's
Okay.
me.
I'll be 42.
Where are you headed to, ma'am?
I'm headed to New York.
Okay, why are you doing that?
I didn't do anything.
Why
I
didn't you
came
just
to
stop?
a safe place. It is raining. It is 18-wheelers going by. There was nowhere to pull over.
The whole side of the road is for you.
Exit.
But you can't do
And
that.
we don't do that where I'm
But you're not in
from.
California.
I didn't know what the rules are. I didn't know that I had to pull over exactly where you said.
All right, so
He
let me
broke
do
my arm
something,
and he
okay?
slammed my head on the ground.
Let me do something with you, okay? I need you to pay attention to me, okay? Just listen for me real quick. Can you do that? Are you on any kind of medication right now? Nothing at all.
Sounds like it.
Currently using marijuana. I can smell marijuana coming from your car. Do you recreationally use it?
No.
Something like that.
No.
Do you know what today's date is?
Today is the... Hold on. Today's the 13th.
The 13th.
June 13th, and I have a room set for the Seneca
Okay.
Hotel in Niagara Falls.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you your rights right now, okay? You don't have to talk anymore. You don't have to answer any questions, but I'm going to read them to you, okay? It says, before we ask you
Goes
any
back to his
questions, you must
apartment
understand your rights.
and
We
prank-
means myself or any
Can I
police
ask you
officer.
why you didn't do that before you grabbed me out the car?
At that point, I don't have to read you your rights, okay? Now, if we ask you questions, that's what the rights are for.
The suspect was evaluated by a medical team and transported to the station without any further incident. She was charged with resisting arrest, assault of an officer, evading an officer, and failure to stop for an officer. Let us know what you thought about this video in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more never-before.
All right. Hopefully this one from Atozi will be better.
This YouTube millionaire is now facing life in prison after attempting to end the life of a cop and threatening everyone in court. And speaking of his court hearing, it's hard to get more ridiculous than this.
If anyone dares try to test my mental competence, I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now.
Okay.
When you put it like that, case dismissed. I mean, threatening everyone in the courtroom might not be the best way to get out of an attempted murder charge, but unfortunately for him, it doesn't seem like he's as bright as he thinks he is. Either way, this is Eric Van Conover. He's been described as a YouTube millionaire and clearly can eviscerate you with his gigabrain intelligence, but what he's really known for doing is real estate videos for homes basically our entire bloodlines combined could not afford. $1 billion house, $500 million mansion in America, what, $150 million.
Oh my God! Really? Oh God! I think I've actually watched one of his videos. Now I feel bad. It was like a one-off video, and I think it was like that one in New York City.
Dollars buys you in New York City, and so on and so on. But the coolest thing I saw this guy do was he toured the original Home Alone house.
Welcome to one of the most famous houses in America.
But either way.
Okay, that one actually might be interesting. Okay, I think I'd actually probably would want to watch that one. To the tour of the original Home Alone house, but yeah.
Eric had everything going for him until he allegedly made the worst decision of his life.
Police paperwork says the pursuit started after Conover was going 55 in a 35. After 8 miles, Conover stopped and an officer attempted to de-escalate the situation, but Conover allegedly drove at him and hit him in the leg and then sped off for another 28 miles.
Take the speeding ticket. What are you doing? They're alleging that he was drunk, but even so, take the DUI charge. Trying to end the life of a cop will completely ruin your life. There is no... Whoa, damn, dog. There is no way that would ever work out in your favor, but after this incident, the police tracked down Eric, and Eric claimed that he was not the same guy they were looking for. Apparently, that was a lie, and Eric, he is quoted telling the cops, "This seems to be a massive misunderstanding. I'm exactly who I say I am. I'm a YouTuber." He also said that he was not from Absecon?
That's Absecon, New Jersey.
So basically, to avoid being arrested, Eric claimed that there's another Eric out there from a small town in Absecon, New Jersey, and that he's not that Eric. He's a famous YouTuber from New York City. Well,
I'm from a town called Absecon, population 8,000.
You dumbass. I'm not that guy from I'm from New York. I'm not that guy, Eric from Absecon, and I'm from Absecon.
With, get this, a median per capita income of $41,000 per year.
That was a lie. Dude should have erased his internet footprint before lying to the cops. I mean, at this point, it looks like his next video will be something like touring my new $100 million home. And to make things worse for him, the cop who Eric almost ended the life of is named Cameron Emmett. And he attempted to pull Eric over while Eric was doing 55 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. So that's basically just a speeding ticket. But for whatever reason, the cop putting his lights on made Eric completely panic. Why would he run? Yeah, we kind of hinted at that earlier. But the cop followed Eric and managed to stop him through a few maneuvers. And then things got really bad. Brian Moffat is the police sergeant who testified in court, and he said while Officer Emmett exited the vehicle, he moved around the rear of his cruiser, and Mr. Conover then backed his vehicle rapidly, pointed it directly at Officer Emmett, and accelerated at him. And this struck him with a reasonably high rate of speed. I mean, that is a pretty good case for attempted murder, especially because the officer flew 20 to 40 feet from the impact. And the case...
Wait. What?
Case against Eric isn't looking good for him either because, you know, the whole interaction was caught on video by a drone operator. And
what?
Trust me, I looked everywhere from that video, but it is not public yet.
Talk to me about it.
Damn it!
Attempted murder. Is attempted murder hard to prove here?
Well, if the deputy's recount of what took place stands and isn't controverted by some other evidence or testimony, for example, like body cam or dash cam from the car, then yes, it's not going to be terribly hard for them to get an attempted murder charge. Look, if this person could clearly see that the officer is standing in front of the car, sees the officer clinging to the hood, accelerates at him at, they say, a reasonable rate of speed, well, clearly it must have been fast enough to when he hit the brakes or swerved that the officer went 20 feet, according to what the fellow officer said. That means that car was going at an extremely high rate of speed, in my opinion, based upon what I've seen in other incidents. And that in and of itself shows a reckless disregard.
Obviously, he's got to be on something to see a cop and freak out like that, which might be the case because Eric is also facing a DUI charge from just a few days before this incident on March 13th. Here he was charged with possession of the reefer and a DUI and was released on personal recognizance, which means that he didn't have to put up a bond or anything. They just trusted he was going to appear in court, which he did for completely other reasons. I would be kicking myself right now if I was the guy who ruled that he should be released on personal recognizance right now. So... But in this hearing, which happened on March 17th, the judge ordered that Eric to be held without bail pending a competency hearing on March 25th. That hearing, the one from the 17th, is where we got Eric saying that he was going to eviscerate every single person in the courtroom with his intelligence. He's also saying that everyone there was treating him like an animal, which, I mean, it could be true, you know, since Eric is fully crashing out here.
Mom, thank God, look at me.
Today in court, Conover was outspoken, claiming that he's a public figure because of his nearly 3 million subscribers on YouTube and saying this was part of a, quote, police sting against him.
Bro, you're only at 3 million. You gotta be in like the 9 figures minimum to have a police sting on you.
All right.
Okay, Eric.
All right.
We're here to help you.
What a nightmare for the parents. That is not a position any parent wants to be in. But yeah, his charges include attempted murder, the DUI, and a first-degree assault charge against the police officer. He's also getting a second-degree assault, reckless conduct with a deadly weapon, and conduct after an accident. Then on top of that, disobeying an officer and reckless driving. I mean, that is just one insane list, but he did use his car to try to end the life of the cop and drive off. So, I mean, what did he expect?
He has had a chance to review the police reports in this matter and denies these allegations. He does not agree with the reports as they are stated.
The defense asked that he be released, saying he's not a threat to the public and has no criminal record.
Well, based on what we see here, he did this while he was on ROR for a previous DUI charge. So I do actually think he's a threat to the public. Now.
Police say he was arrested Friday night for a separate drunk driving charge, which Conover denies.
I've been sober from alcohol for 1,558 days, so to press me on a DUI, I'm a public figure.
Yeah, fair. He was let go, and then he tried to end the life of a cop just a few days later. I mean, this whole situation just does not make sense to me. Extremely successful dude, throws it all away because I guess he was panicking to get out of an alleged DUI. Was he under like some sort of reefer-induced psychosis? Because we know some people respond terribly to it, and he was caught with it just a few days earlier. Not like being caught with that is a terrible thing now in 2025, considering you're fine with a personal use amount in most states. But clearly, he was in the wrong state with it. I'm just trying to make sense of this. Obviously, it could be any other harder substance or alcohol. A lot of alcohol. But either way, I mean, the dude has completely lost his mind, with or without substances, as he's coming across as an ego-centered dude who thinks his internet fame means nothing can touch him. I'm sorry, dude. That just makes you come across as even worse. Like, this is, in a way, similar to the Wes Watson case, where the defense is pushing for self-defense, despite Wes hitting the guy 50 times over the head and yelling, "I'll end your life," over and over again. Eric, he tried to run over a cop managed to hit him in the leg, and then ran some more. And this is, again, all after he just got a DUI charge, and the defense is claiming that he's not a danger. His defense must be on what he's on, because clearly this guy's a menace to society. I love that they're claiming that the reason he's not a threat to society is because he had no violent priors. What about that DUI he was charged with days before this happened? Like, what? Like,
the defense attorney say nobody was injured when he was caught, so it's technically non-violent. That's probably what the defense attorney is going to argue.
Dude didn't even have time to go to court for that case until he was dragged in for a way worse reason. But I do think the next question is how a guy goes from this seemingly high-functioning, successful person to a complete crash out who almost ends someone's life. And while researching, I found Eric does have a history of alcoholism. And yes, he claims to be over 1,000 days sober, but with the recent events, I'm not so sure about that anymore.
Alcoholism can run through a family, and if a family has resources, that could be the undoing of it. So, you know, by the time it got to me, 12 generations down, I'm from, you know, a very middle-class family in Absecon, New Jersey. I'm not, you know, owning 3,000 acres in Flatbush. So yeah, I'm from Absecon, New Jersey. I was born into a very middle-class family, hard workers. I have a history of alcoholism on both sides of my family. But the thing is, alcoholism, I've realized, is a side effect of trauma. Like, plain and simple, addiction is a side effect of trauma.
It's actually depressing that he started a podcast called Building a Legacy 2 months ago, and now he's sitting where he's sitting. You really are just one bad decision away from completely ruining your life. But this is looking more and more like a high-strung guy who had a relapse and is not accepting it. Of course, that's alleged because Eric is claiming that he did not relapse. In fact, this video I showed was apparently filmed in late 2024. But Eric actually uploaded it fairly recently, putting this in the description of the video. I'm just gonna make some guesses here because, like, why would he record this a few months ago and then post it way more recently? Is this him relapsing and then posting this video to, like, try to make it look like he isn't relapsing? Is this just a way for him to, I guess, lie to himself or his audience? Maybe he uploaded all this because he was slipping and wanted a way to hold himself accountable. I don't know. That's just speculation. And look, I'm not defending the guy because he almost ended someone's life, but it seems like a serious mental health breakdown. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out that he was having a really bad relapse because he's showing signs of paranoia by thinking the cops have it out for him. And then you have the signs of denial by claiming he's so many days sober and claiming that he's a public figure, like that'll get him out of this. I mean, he even said in court that he could pay $1 million to free himself, but that he shouldn't have to pay more than $2,000. Obviously, the judge thought both were BS because Eric is still being held without bail. Like, dude, why would you ever tell a judge that you could pay $1 million if you want to? Like, come on. I just witnessed how terrible the Johnny Smalley court case was, but he is known for being a moron. So that's not like a shocker. But this guy is known for carrying himself well and at least being very presentable. And somehow his court case was infinitely worse. He couldn't have came across worse to a judge. And now, as of the 25th of March, Eric had a 40-minute closed competency hearing. A competency hearing is basically where the judge rules if the defendant, in this case Eric, is able to rationally understand the charges brought against him. These kind of hearings are typically held for a reason. And even though they're listing that the reason here is confidential, I'd say Eric's previous court case appearance shows why they would really need to do something like this.
I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now.
So basically, that hearing happened and the judge said that we got to get this guy checked out. Dude acted out of pocket in court and then they had to bring in the professionals. It hasn't been released yet if Eric will actually go to trial, but if he does, it's not looking good for him at all. Because if I can find the clips on him confirming that he is essentially lying to the police, they can do so. That TV on a trolley is going to be wheeled in real quickly and they'll be playing all of those receipts. So hopefully he doesn't threaten the jury by eviscerating them with his intelligence. But we'll see what the ruling is once all the red tape falls away. Until then, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so feel free to check it out. And hey, if you're new,
shout out to Atozy for that one. I would also click on the alpha male Watson dude who's facing 25 years. I don't know if you guys have seen that or heard about that. The guy spent 10 years in prison, built up a social media following while in prison, and became one of those alpha male douchebag gurus who sells mindfulness courses and all that BS. Obviously, he's scamming. Obviously, he's also juicing and roid raging, and he was videotaped beating him and his friend beating the ever-living shit out of a guy, and is now facing 25 years in prison. the video, the video showing the assault is out there on YouTube. You can look it up. Obviously, Atozi's not going to show it for, you know,
This TikTok alpha male influencer let his ego destroy his life as he's facing felony battery and aggravated battery charges after assaulting a guy at the gym and losing his cool with the cops. Then to make things worse for him, the assistant state attorney is looking to put 25 years on him since he
Toronto, what are you doing?
has a previous history. So meet Wes Watson. He's a self-proclaimed alpha male fitness and lifestyle mentor, and he's another case of an influencer who believes he's above the law because he has followers.
I'm famous. I get 90 million messages a day.
I guess the dude will find any excuse to flex his following even if he's talking to the cops. Although, according to him, everyone knows who he is.
Can you guys share with our viewers what you do for a living? What do you do for a living? I'm Wes Watson. Everybody knows who I am. What's your name? Wes Watson.
It's safe to say I had no idea who this guy was until his ego got himself into some hot water. But essentially, he made some good money because he got really good at selling hot air. And unfortunately for him, he was arrested in Miami following a pretty brutal assault of a guy in the gym. But since then, even more footage just came out that shows that his temper tantrum didn't end when the cops showed up. So it's safe to say there's now more updates to the Wes Watson story since I last covered him. Because if assaulting a guy at your gym isn't bad enough, having a temper tantrum with the cops will obviously totally help your situation.
When he's done on the floor, he's done on the floor, bro. He's no longer a threat until the moment he gets back up and he's ready in a fighting stance to continue, right? So when you do the additional kicks, the additional blows, whatever, that's excessive.
Guys.
Like,
What's your...
Help me.
You guys, but that. You guys saw a mother attack me, and I'm sitting here like I'm in trouble.
Did he really think that he could just say, oh, you guys are lying, I'm leaving, and they just let him? Oh, you're leaving? Have a great day, sir. I guess we're just finished investigating here. But let me recap a little bit before I jump into this recently released body cam footage. So thanks to John Bravo Films, I'll be linking that in the description down below. But Wes Watson gained an internet following during his 10-year incarceration in California, where he built his social media presence. After his release, he quickly monetized this following and reportedly became a millionaire within 18 months, attributing his success to a prison-hardened mindset. However, there's been a lot of allegations of scams and unfulfilled coaching experiences that have came out from his clients. Many users have shared extremely bad experiences with his coaching programs, citing issues like canceled sessions, difficulties getting refunds. Some even claim that they felt ignored after making large payments to him. So they bought a service from him and allegedly never received it. Like this Reddit user who came up with a lot of receipts of cancellation after cancellation before finally getting pushed onto Watson's email team, who also ghosted him until he literally had to get his bank to dispute it and charge back the transaction. And then I found some not so great reviews on his coaching program, all of which basically provided the exact same complaints that I found on Reddit. So he pushes this product of providing personal help to people who want to think and look, and God forbid, act like this guy, but he doesn't want to actually provide the services himself. Instead, he just pushes off the services to his staff, when, keep in mind, these people are paying for Watson to give him the coaching lessons, not people on Watson's payroll. That or Watson just keeps rescheduling and sometimes ends up never providing the service at all. So super ethical and great business model, but unfortunately it works because there's a large amount of people that see Lamborghini and for some reason they want to throw thousands of dollars at a vague mindset coaching guy, thinking that too will get them a Lamborghini. But in my opinion, the guy seems to be a grifter. Like he saw an opportunity to sell an idea on the internet and convinces people that if they want all the shiny stuff that he has, they have to pay him to get it. I look at him as a scammer, but I'll leave you to your own conclusions. And despite his internet self-help image, Watson's recent actions reveal a completely different side. But also, there are plenty of other videos of him just being ridiculously angry for little to no reason, and if only he took a little bit of his own advice.
People are living legendary existences, and you can't even drop the booze. Like, smack the shit out of yourself today. Just smack the fuck out of yourself. Literally, I hope this video smacks the fuck out of you.
Yeah, he really should have taken his own advice and controlled his own emotions, because then he wouldn't have been in this predicament, to put it lightly. I guess alcohol isn't really his problem. It's more or less roid rage here. This guy's entire personality is just roids in prison. So him beating up a guy in his Miami gym and going back to prison, that'd be pretty ironic. Also, question for his audience. Do you guys just want someone to yell at you? Like, no judgment. I'm actually asking here. Like, after watching his videos, I'm starting to think it's more than just like a scammy business model that he promotes, because a main part of his offerings is simply just screaming at people. I feel like he's like one of those diet at-home experiences of those alpha male boot camps that people pay stupid money to go LARP as a Navy SEAL. But like with him, you don't even get to roll around the sand and waterboard yourself while some alpha male bro is yelling at you, because this is an at-home coaching experience. Anyway, this all leads up to a pretty violent confrontation that I went over in my last video, where Watson brutally assaulted this guy at a gym. Obviously, we can only show photo stills of what actually.
Yeah, you can only see photos, but I saw blurred versions of the video. He and his buddies beat the ever-living shit out of the guy with weights, by the way, and also kicked him in the head a couple times for good measure.
It happened because
while the guy was like basically done.
I would prefer this video to not get taken down, but essentially what happened is Watson and his group of friends just beat the crap out of this guy. Watson kept hitting him well after it's clear the guy had enough, and he actually hit the guy over the head about 50 times and was screaming stuff like, "I'll end your life." And then on top of that, even came back and kicked the guy in the head after the fight was over. And then of course, Watson, he claims the whole thing was self-defense, going as far as to post a
No, it was not self-defense. No.
A beautifully written explanation of this on his Instagram after that. It's hard to...
Jesus. A hater came and tried to test me yesterday at the gym. He was at least a foot taller than me and not some normal looking dude. He was a street looking motherfucker. I tried to talk him out of the fight, but he insisted it did not go as he planned. This was complete self-defense, and he was so badly injured, the cops were called by the gym, and the ambulance came. Everyone stop trying to talk violence online and bring it to a motherfucker. I don't want that for anyone. I hope moving forward we all can be positive and stay focused and get ripped, becoming rich and staying rare, motherfuckers. Fuck around and find out. There we go.
To not read that in a roid raging voice. But the highlight here is the stop talking violence and F around and find out. I mean, the lights are on, but no one's home with this guy. Or more like the lights are on, but the roids are driving. Watson doesn't want violence, but the roids want violence. So now Watson is facing felony battery assault charges, and the post-fight / arrest footage doesn't really look like it's gonna help him too much.
I came up to him and he said he wanted to fight me. So I came to the gym and they jumped me. Like two of the guys, they're hitting me with a weight, and then he hit with a weighted belt. And like they were pulling my hair and like they were beating me up.
Okay, before we get anywhere, did you physically make contact with him, or did he?
No, I didn't do it.
Are you sure? Because there's camera.
I can't remember if this guy like threw hands first. I don't think so. I think he did step up to him. Like, he walked up to him for sure. But I don't think he threw the first punch. I don't think.
Smells and everything.
Well, to be fair, he didn't throw any punch. Like, he just basically got his... I don't think he even got a hit in anywhere. Or even a swing.
They literally attacked. They hit me first.
So not only did he just beat the crap out of the dude, but he also used a weapon. And Watson was also the one who said he wanted to fight.
They just randomly attack you for no reason? They just
No, he said he wanted to fight me.
When? Today?
Was it verbal, over their text?
It was through Instagram.
Okay, so he...
Want to fight him or no?
That's what I came here for. It was a one-on-one, to be like a one-on-one, but they jumped me.
So Watson is allegedly DMing guys to come fight him, and when someone shows up to, I guess, follow through, Watson jumps him with an entire group of guys. Does he just miss prison? Is that what's going on here? Like, why else would you just completely ruin your life over something that stupid?
Motherfuckers always ask how red I am. I was on the prison yard for 10 years. I didn't buy SPF 50 with the copper tone baby on the front, motherfucker. That's why I'm red, okay? I sat there for 10 years when you were sitting inside your house. That's why I'm red.
Skin cancer, motherfucker! You're not truly alpha if you don't have melanoma.
I don't know, man. It looks more like you have the Liver King special going on.
I don't touch the stuff. Not gonna touch the stuff. Never touch the stuff. That was a lie.
But Wes's side of the initial interview consists of him trying to essentially bro out with the two cops during the whole, you know how it is, man. Everyone wants to fight me because I'm famous, right? Yeah, that's totally believable, dude. He goes on to say he gets a bunch of people trying to fight him all the time and that he blocks people that message him to fight. So that's why he doesn't have the messages from this guy.
You guys are fighters or I'm a fitness guy. The way you are or what? No, they see the gym. They see the gym we're at.
He's a mindset coach. He helps people transition their life, bad tendencies, better tendencies, and people just don't appreciate.
Listen to this Glazer talk about this, about Wes Watkins, and compare that to what we've seen of him so far.
Because he's an ex-convict and they don't think that he should be able to be on a righteous path and change his life. So we get a lot of spewing hate from all over the world, all over the United States.
The other cop was here the other day when a guy tried to fight me, and I said, I don't want to fight, and they just let it go. It happens all the time. Yeah, but we talk about it today. I know, but I'm just saying, you were just talking about,
today, though.
We're talking about today. Yeah. Dude is just desperately trying to talk himself out of punching a dude 50 times in the head and then kicking him afterwards in the name of self-defense. Also, what is his gym buddy's definition of a righteous path? Because it seems like Wes isn't getting crap online because he used to be a convict. He's getting crap online because he's actively putting out anger, violence, and mixing it with a little bit of grifting throughout his content. And he doesn't keep his calm with the cops for very long after he realizes that they're not just going to let him go with a slap on the wrist.
Remember, you got your business. You don't want to lose any of that.
I do it for the fact of human beings and Americans defending themselves.
That's fine, but
straight up. Like in Florida, the cop said, if they come to your house, shoot them. Like they say that on the news in Florida. Oh, you yeah, but the motherfucker came and tried to...
Which is wrong.
That's it. There is always a threat if he's moving. He could pull out a gun. Admit it. He could pull out a gun. Admit it. I don't know what's in his waistband. What's up, dude?
So you're telling me the guy whose ass you beat and he's like barely functioning, trying, like, I think he like rolls over and like is like on still on all fours, getting his face up, and then that was when he basically like fucking was it like basically a soccer free kick. He like free kicks the dude like he's shooting a free kick in soccer, right in his head, right on his head.
You guys quit lying. You don't know if a guy's getting up if he has a weapon.
Hey man, we don't really see this as self-defense. He's like, quit lying. He truly has a way with words, man. But the cops did actually leave without him, as the body cam footage is from the actual incident at the end of December. But Wes was officially arrested in the beginning of February.
No one can check my eye and take a picture of it, so you better quit saying I'm 5'4". I'm gonna say I'm 5'3" and shit. Online, they just be joking. They're like, you're 5'4". Yeah. Oh, they all the trolls and shit. Yeah, trolling. Yeah.
I love his biggest worry is people finding out that his height starts with a 5 rather than the charges that he's facing. Dude, you're being arrested. Don't you have bigger concerns here? So there's now 2 felony charges that Wes is facing. Felony battery, which is a 3rd-degree felony that can hit him with up to 5 years, and a aggravated battery charge, which is a 2nd degree and can get him 15 years. Then to make things even worse for him, as I stated earlier, the assistant state attorney is looking to put 25 years on him because of his history as well. But we'll see how all this turns out, because it really does not look like he's going to get out of this at all. Either way, I'll continue to keep you guys updated. In the meantime, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so feel free to check it out. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
All right, shout out to Tozy. All right, we're done here. Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock and I still haven't really had much of a dinner. Man, why do I really look fat? With this, I gotta shave this crap out. Ugh. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Probably not going to stream tomorrow. Yeah, I might stream. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be like way in the day, maybe a game. But if not, I'll probably see you guys either Monday or Tuesday. So you Have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Hit that like button on your way out. Check out my merch store, and I will see you guys next time. Appreciate you. Bye, guys. See ya. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all the UK moms out there. Oh, guys, everybody, wish my mom a happy birthday, too. My mom's birthday was on the 26th, so wish my mom a happy birthday. Yeah, do that. All right, bye, guys.